It's January 31st, 2025. I am at Joel Pearl or at thejoelpearl.com on Blue Sky. It's a little less of a mouthful today. It's the end of the month, so get your rent checks ready because it's due. It's time to get in the weeds. It's Royal Rumble weekend. There's plenty to do, plenty to talk about. A big weekend for everyone in and outside of wrestling. We're excited to talk about that and much, much more. Paul London from MLW is scheduled to join us at 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. So about an hour and a half from now, we're looking forward to that. We'll talk to him about a lot of stuff, including a honey trap match and whatever the hell that is. I know what it is. Jeremy knows what it is. You guys are going to find out too, and where it came from. Jeremy Lambert is here as always. How you doing?
You know what else is a mouthful, Joel Pearl?
What's that?
Mana, the final boss. And here we go. This is how good. The final. God damn, that's good shit.
And here we go.
You're doing it early today.
Damn, that's good shit. Already getting us demonetized. 2 minutes in. Actually got a chaser today. Got some Dr. Pepper. It's been a while.
Hey, all right.
I got some. All right.
Just regular Dr. Pepper? None of that vanilla, cherry, nothing like that?
No, absolutely not. The cherry's not bad. I do love cherry flavored things. I don't know if I've had the vanilla.
I've tried the vanilla Dr. Pepper. It's but the cherry. What's funny about cherry Dr. Pepper is that like Dr. Pepper already has a cherry taste, so it's just like someone screwed up and just added more cherry into the flavor basket, and it's like, all right, here you go. Just label it as such. We can't lose the batch. And it got off.
Fair, though. I respect the cherry flavors. If it's a cherry flavor like Airhead, Suckers, anything like that, I'll go cherry flavor all day long.
Oh, I loved cherry Coke when I was growing up. When they brought that stuff back, oh, game over, man. Wild cherry Pepsi, not as good, but it still exists.
The can is very, very good, though.
That's true. The design or the fact that it comes from the can?
Both.
Remember the cherry Coke relaunch can that was like super 90s? It was like black and red, and it was all weird design.
Oh, yeah, kind of. This vaguely rings a bell. I don't have much soda. It's called soda. It's not called pop. It's called soda.
I mean, listen, where I come from, they call it pop. I still call it soda. I agree with you. So that's it.
Exactly. No pop.
No pop.
Nice. Oh, people saying cherry Pepsi Max is goated. My God. Pepsi Max is a weird. I guess it's just like Coke Zero. I get it. But it's not. I don't like Pepsi Max that much. It's strange.
I don't know if I've had it. I just always get Dr. Pepper. Stick to what I know, brother.
It's good until you see the calorie count, and if you're
pay attention to that. Are you kidding me?
That's the thing. Like if you're of a certain size, you're just like, maybe I should save that calorie for something else. For you're fine. You could use all you can get.
Fair.
All we can get, by the way, is a thumbs up. So go ahead and leave one now. Get them in. Get the pyro going because it's a big weekend. The Rumble is here, and so are you. We're going to talk about that, and of course the Royal Rumble, the ITW Rumble. We'll talk about that in just 1 second because you got to subscribe to the channel too. I would like you to subscribe to this channel because that way, when you are a winner in the ITW Rumble, you'll know and you'll be a member here, and we'll appreciate that. And also, you can donate a super chat. Any amount, get your question or statement read on the air, which we always love. And let's talk about the ITW Rumble for the last time this week. Jeremy, let's go.
We have 7 spots, if my math is correct, because there are 23 entrants right now. So there are 7 spots up for grabs. If you are not in and you'd like to guarantee your entry, send a super chat. Use the hashtag ITW Rumble. It can be 99 cents, doesn't matter. Whatever your amount is, use the hashtag ITW Rumble. That guarantees your entry as one of the final 7 people to enter the ITW Rumble. If we are not filled up at the end of the show today, we will open it up to those in the chat. It'll be first come, first serve. Again, as of right now, there are 7 spots available. So there aren't too many spots left. So if you're here and you want to wait, more power to you. If you want to guarantee your spot, send in a super chat. The way this works is we will draw numbers after all the spots are filled. Whatever number you get that number, you get that competitor, that superstar for the men's and the women's Royal Rumble. If your number wins, we'll get you something off of WWE Shop, AEW Shop, MLW Shop, TNA Shop, GCW Shop, NWA Shop, Independent Wrestling Shop, one of these wrestling shops, or you can donate to charity. We'll take that as well. But You get something off of the shops within reason. We're not doing $300 title belts. We don't got the Ni Salcedo money out here, but we'll get you something, a nice shirt, a $40 limit, give or take. $40 limit is what we're going to be at.
Listen, there may be a time when we can do the title belt giveaways. There might be. We're not there yet. The more people who subscribe and pass the show around and let them know that this is a fantastic place to be, then we'll get on to the next step.
This is the final week. The final week of a 3-day in the weeds, because next week we'll be on main channel on Monday.
You bet.
And then for some reason, I've decided to do this show 5 days a week.
Buddy, I all the power to you. First of all, thank you, Cody Springer, declaring for the ITW Rumble. You are
6 spots left, everybody.
6 spots left. You can secure yours with a super chat, or you can wait to the end of the show if you want to get in on the action for the last chance Rumble at the end of the show. Yeah, the 5-day-a-week shows start next week. We'll do main channel Monday, like Jeremy said, where we'll be talking, I'm sure, mostly about the Royal Rumble and whatever else happens during the weekend. I'm sure Collision was on, or they will talk about
Collision. It's a huge episode of Collision. We got a great episode of Collision. It might be the best episode of Collision ever.
Is the Mid-South Street Fight happening inside Dennis Condrey? Is that what's going on?
Just inside, they shrink them down and just place them in Dennis Condrey.
Yeah,
That's definitely like a South Park. I feel like everybody's done this. South Park.
Journey to the Center of the Universe. It's inside. It's what's the movie? Oh my God, Being John Malkovich. They're inside John Malkovich. Well, they're gonna fight inside Dennis Condrey. That's what it is. Yeah, it's Magic School Bus. Perfect. That's all it is.
Magic School Bus. Good shout. Good shout.
Absolutely. So we'll have plenty to talk about on Monday on main channel. So get in there when we're live on Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern. And then, of course, the party continues now 5 days a week. Jeremy and SP3 are now going to be on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Why you didn't just label the spotlight as ITW Spotlight is beyond me, because you're going to have to go live twice on Thursdays to talk about mostly the same stuff. So congratulations on that. It'll be a lot of fun, though. I'm still here Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I'm not doing if this thing becomes so damn popular that it's undeniable and we have to do it, then I will kick SP3. I won't do that. But I really do hope that this brings a fantastic growth to this show, and I'm still here. And SP3 is going to join us, and it's going to be even better.
We didn't do ITW Spotlight because that's at 8:30, and I wanted the uniformity of 10 o'clock every single day. So that is
a good point.
Like the 8:30 kind of kills me. I'd much rather do an evening show. Like I'm up because I gotta help run around the 12 kids and everything. But 8:30 just kills me. Like I like after taking the kids to school and stuff, I like that little break before our show at 10. It's nice. 8:30, I'm like running around and like, oh, now I got to do a show. It becomes a lot. It's early for Jensen as well. We can sleep in, and there's no hard out either in the evening. So we don't have to go exactly like an hour and a half. We have a little bit more freedom and time to jump around and all of that stuff. So there were multiple reasons to not do like ITW Spotlight and instead keep it and do what we're doing, which is 10 o'clock every single day, 10 a.m. Eastern every single day.
Look at us. We're catching up to Busted Open. Just wait till Jeremy adds a pre-show, says Elliot. Well, you know what? If we're going by the Busted Open trajectory, I've got about 14 years until I have to worry about ITW After Dark. We got time.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be doing any type of like post show because this show already goes like 2.5 hours some weeks anyway. So
once upon a time, you tried that. That's how our Twitch channel was born. That's how this channel was born at one point.
True.
So we'll we won't be doing post shows. The post shows are a great sign of burnout, unless two people are just like, hey, we want to react to this podcast, which I do not recommend for anybody to do. That's a recipe for disaster. Talk about the stuff you see on TV. Don't talk about the stuff you willingly put on your televisions and in your ears, because that's just not happening. Oh my God. Hey, speaking of which, I'm taking 2 minutes at the top of the show to do this before we actually have fun, because this is something that I actually give a shit about. I know a lot of people mentioned or had their feelings about what Bryce Mitchell said, MMA fighter. I don't want to give too much to this. I'm a Jew. I'm going to put it out there as just as simply as I can. I know Dana White said a stupid man. And yes, I'm going to echo those words. And Dana was much harsher than I will be. Don't. That is a non-starter. And I'm just going to put it out there that if anybody ever comes at me and says, boy, this guy has a good point. No, he doesn't. He does not. That's not how history works. You don't get to pick and choose it. An awful part of the world had to suffer through World War II. I'm going to leave it at that. I just felt I had this platform and I'm very lucky. I'm sorry, Jeremy, I didn't tell you in advance that I was going to put this out there, but I just needed to put it out there. Whatever the fuck he has to say is not something I ever want to hear anyone ever willingly tout again. It was disgusting. I'll leave it at that.
Fuck Bryce Mitchell. He's dumb as shit. I don't think Dana was harsh enough. Calling him stupid, calling him the dumbest man ever, calling him ignorant, saying he was disgusted. But you're not going to release him. You're going to say, oh, well, we're going to give him a fight. So you're going to pay him. You're going to continue to give him a platform. It's not like he's got a fight coming up. There's no fight booked. He last fought in December. You can release him. Don't hide behind, oh, well, it's free speech, brother. Everybody's got a podcast. Everybody's got a platform. We can't do any. You can do something about it. So I don't think Dana White was harsh enough. I think he should have been released. I think he should be given no platform, and he shouldn't be given any attention at all because fuck him.
That was the other part I was going to say. Saying that free speech is one thing, but then saying, oh, you just look forward to watching him get his ass beat is basically saying we're marketing this guy being stupid.
Because what if he wins?
That's a problem.
What if he wins? You can say, oh, well, he's going to get his ass beat. It's a fight. Things can happen in a fight. You can give him an opponent you think would murder him, but you don't know. And even if he doesn't win, even if he does get his ass beat, you are paying him. You are putting money in his pocket. You are going to give him a platform because he's going to do interviews before the fight. He's going to speak before the fight. So no, this whole, oh, you could just watch him fight, free speech, bullshit. Release him.
Agreed. And it's reason 750,000 why I don't mess with MMA, why I don't deal with MMA. I get that some people are fans of the sport. The characters that have come out of the sport have absolutely been disgusting. And I cannot give it any credence. And that's as far as I want to go with the conversation. He's a fucking idiot and he does not deserve a platform. That's as far as I'm going with him right now. Let's get a couple super chats. Pro Wrestling Podcast. Shout out to Dave. Post show is called Out the Weeds. It's true. No, we gotta do ITW After Dark. We gotta really rip off the other brands that we're chasing. Yeah. Although Out the Weeds would be hilarious to watch. It's like OTM, but OTW. Henry's in the chat saying, I do declare. So he's going to join into the
I feel like Henry's already in.
Is he? Let's see. Check the list. Check for Henry.
Maybe not. I'm wrong. Okay.
I know Henry, but Henry's always here.
Yeah.
You know that.
All right.
Well, we appreciate you getting in there. And then Tenruza sent a couple of them. We'll start with why is 90% of combat sports so effing dumb? It's beyond CTE. Some people just, all they know is how to fight and they don't care about anything else. That's about it. They're paid to throw hands, and we know what that does. And then Tenruza also pointing out, Fire Aid was a great show at the Kia Forum and Intuit Dome. Did you get a chance to see this?
No, I didn't.
It was exactly as it sounds. It was an aid benefit, not AIDS benefit, but a benefit for the fire and for those who were affected by it, and also for the firefighter departments of LA, California, so on and so forth. I haven't had a chance to see it because it ran last night during TNA. I was having to cover all of that. Looked like a good show, though. Alanis Morissette was there, and
it was part of it.
Well, if Alanis is there, it's got to be great.
I mean, I agree. Like, I love the Alanis Morissette, but I didn't know if there was
Chili Peppers. Chili Peppers were part of it. I'm gonna bring out. No Doubt was there. Dre was there.
Did
Pink
they
was
speak?
there. Billie Eilish was there. No, they performed. The ones I'm mentioning performed.
Lady Gaga No Doubt speak?
No, they don't speak.
Okay.
That's just what you're saying. So just stop explaining. Don't tell me because it hurts.
No Doubt rules.
They do. Tragic Kingdom was a fantastic.
You hear about Gwen Stefani? She's not a holla back girl.
That was her solo artist. We don't talk about that. Oh,
nah, Gwen Stefani rules. Did you know that Rich Girl song was from Fiddler on the Roof?
Stop it. Stop it.
Or the Fiddler on the Roof song was from Rich Girl.
Rich Girl. That's right. Yeah. Oh, man. That's awful. Oh, yeah. Tenruza mentioning Dave Grohl was back out with his daughter Violet and with the members of Nirvana. So that's cool. It's just like 12-12-12 all over again. Remember the 12-12-12 benefit?
No.
Hurricane Relief in New York. They ran a big show at MSG. It was a big, like, Paul McCartney's going to be there. The Nirvana's going to be there. Paul McCartney's going to perform with the Beatles or something. It was very strange, but it was fun. That was 12/12/12. It happened on December 12th, 2012. I'm gonna go back and watch it. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna go do that. Isn't that love me, say that you love me, fool me, I don't care about anything but you. It's a different song.
That sounds like a good Dynamite intro.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
Apparently,
Steve this week. So.
Well, they're done. There's no more Dynamite theme.
Yeah, so they not do it. I keep missing the beginning of the show. I don't remember what I was doing. I think I was planking, our stack planks with the kids. I think that's what we were doing on Wednesday evening. So I keep missing like literally the beginning of the show. So when I tuned in, it was Ospreay and Cage already in the ring. So they not do the intro once again?
No, they didn't. I think this is now Tony's masterful idea. He's got his mastermind gimmick is the first week we're going to hit him with something so brutal that everyone's going to talk about it. And then every week they're going to be forced. They're going to be forced every week to tune in right at the top of the show. Big Bang Theory or nothing. It doesn't matter. They're going to tune in to find out, are the Pointer Sisters here? What's going on with the Pointer Sisters?
You know the real disappointing thing about this? I'm being dead serious. What?
That they haven't doubled down?
Well, sure. I'm being dead serious about this. Is they had these wrestlers film the like intro things, everybody like leans into the camera and does like the CEO dance and everything, and they do all that stuff. They filmed all of that content for this Dynamite intro, and they're never gonna use it. I feel bad for the wrestlers.
They'll use it like once a quarter, I think will be that'll be the trajectory on that.
It's lame.
Oh, it's not my decision. It's just like all the Netflix stuff. They don't do an open for Netflix every week. They like a cold open. It's the same thing.
I don't pay attention.
SmackDown doesn't have it either. You know who you can thank for that? Nick Khan. No one else.
They like going into the we got a great episode. Here's the arrivals. They like doing the arrivals.
Love it. That's the most sports thing they can present to you.
Yeah, they love that.
But shit hits the fan when Shawn Michaels randomly shows up in the middle of your arrivals, in the middle of your speeches. Now the cat's out of the bag. If you see Shawn Michaels appear, an announcement's being made. That's the new Tony has a new announcement. So at a WWE town hall meeting a few days ago, Nick Khan, Triple H, and other members of the Endeavor board and TKO board are up there, and they're talking to they're talking to the WWE employees.
The universe.
It's the employees. And out comes Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. And they basically say, we're taking over. We've made an executive decision. And the decision is for the 2025 WWE Hall of Fame, the first inductee will be Triple H. Paul Levesque has, a very distinct look in his face of what the hell's going on. Either he's playing it very well or he's genuinely surprised. Thanks, everyone. And it looks like the first inductee is Triple H. Now, why am I saying specifically Triple H and not Paul Levesque? They are inducting the game. They're inducting the character of Triple H. That's the way I'm choosing to view it. Now, I know there's a reality here, and that is Paul Levesque is the person behind Triple H, and I'm seriously wondering how that all came together. They showed something on WWE socials. They did a longer video where they're sitting down afterwards. It's Stephanie McMahon and Triple H, Shawn, and The Undertaker, and they're all having some food. And they're like, Stephanie was like, I had no idea. This is a big surprise. And Shawn's trying to explain to Triple H, like, I didn't know I had to keep my mouth shut because if I said I was here for LFG content, then someone would have let the cat out of the bag. And Undertaker's just like, I just show up when I want. So this is it. This is the first inductee. Thank you, Paul. What were your thoughts when you saw this all go down? Because one hell of a controlled leak, let me tell you, Jeremy.
I can't believe they're forcing this man to be on screen even more.
He just wants to stay away from the people. He wants to be part of the creative process, not in it. He wants to be involved and not in it. And you keep making him join it.
Oh, fuck. I guess I gotta give they're calling me fucking again. All right. Time to give this Hall of Fame speech. I just want to run this show. I'll give the Hall of Fame speech. Just
Is he drunk? Triple H is very much not a drinker.
I can't do a good Triple H. I don't know. Yeah,
you gotta just kind of like nowadays it's just you gotta put your cheaters on. You gotta do like this.
I can't read. So.
It's true. You could fake it. He might. I feel like every time he brings out the piece of paper, it's blank, and it just says "Paul is so great" over and over again.
My what's the word I'm looking for?
Sarcastic?
Yeah, I guess sarcastic, but jaded, I guess, is the other word.
Your genuine feelings towards this?
My genuine feeling, like, I do think this was a surprise bit. I don't think he actually knew about it. I'm gonna be optimistic and say he didn't know about this, and he was genuinely surprised when all of this happened. Whether or not he wanted it, I don't know. My real question is, who did they have to reject to where it's like, well, shit, Triple H has got to be the headliner. Like, what was the short list before Triple H? And they went through and they were like, I don't know if any of these names are good enough to headline. Let's go with Triple H. That's a good headliner right there. Like, who did they have on the list before they decided on Triple H?
Well, Paul, we could call Big Dave back. No, he's busy. Are you sure? I think his calendar is pretty empty. No, he's busy. Trust me. Who else is there? There's Bryan Danielson. Daniel Bryan just wrapped up his full-time interview. No, he's busy. He's can't do that. I think he's already in there, isn't he? It doesn't matter. We can't do him. Who's next? The Rock, when he was part of the Nation, we can induct the Nation. You want to induct the Nation of Domination? We're in Vegas. Godfather, he lives there. We can do that. No, Godfather, he's doing a lot these days. He's really busy. Can we wrap this up? I got something to do. Who's next? Who's next on the list? Who else? Who lives in Vegas? Rob Van Dam lives in. No, we're out of time. Sorry guys, gotta go. SmackDown's on. You figure it out. Then he leaves the room, and Nick Khan's just like, just fucking give it to him. All right, good enough. Let's go.
Who is in Vegas? I know Austin lives there. He's already
in there.
Yeah, he's already in. Like, who else lives in Vegas that could have made some sense?
RVD's in the Hall of Fame.
He's already in though.
He went in during COVID and he hated that. I don't know who else you can put in. The posthumous Bray. Did they do they did posthumous Bray, didn't they?
No, that was the talk for last year, but they never did it.
Right. Because it was close to Mania season, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. He passed in August.
Well, he passed in August. Yeah.
So okay. So yeah. So anyway, the point is he was the talk. You're right, but it never happened. Now a lot of people are saying Joni Lauer, like, now's the time to induct China as a singular talent, and I stand by that. I think it'd be great. Someone saying Sabu. I don't know if he'd show up.
You know who they should have legitimately put in?
Who?
Stephanie.
The inventor of women's wrestling? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
they should have put in Stephanie.
They should have struck while the iron was hot and did it at WrestleMania 35 when the peak of women's wrestling, and that was it.
Yeah, that's who I would have gone with. Just gone with Stephanie. But people are saying Batista's the move, but I don't know what the deal is with that. That's a weird one, because it does seem like if he got that call, now that fans are back and it's not COVID and everything, like, he'd be willing to do it. But I don't know if they're just not calling him, if they're just not. I don't know what the deal is. It's a weird thing.
Is Sid's not in the Hall of Fame?
Sid should get in this year, hopefully.
I mean, that feels like a posthumous.
Yeah, I don't know if you can like headline with someone who's not with us.
No, again, last year with Bray was the only time people were seriously saying like a posthumous induction could headline like that, because it's a big emotional moment for someone who left unexpectedly, who passed.
Did Savage headline?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so. I gotta look up
Savage headline.
We did this where we looked up the Hall of Fame, like everyone who was inducted at one.
I feel like he did. Like, look, maybe Nash headlines. I don't know.
Could have been Nash at headline. What year was that?
2015.
2015.
Yeah, it does look like Savage headline. Yeah, because Hogan did the induction, so Hogan was out there being fucking Hulk Hogan.
Was it? Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
It was either Savage or Nash. I'd have to go back and reread. Yeah, Kevin. It does say Kevin Nash was the final inductee.
Yeah, Nash was the final inductee. Schwarzenegger went on before Nash did. So Savage was third from the top.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there you go. So
yeah, I don't think they really want to headline with someone who can't give a speech.
Yeah, exactly. Snoop has been inducted. He is a Hall of Famer. Snoop's in there.
They should have just done like an all celebrity Hall of Fame.
It's not like they have anywhere to put them. Oh, one of them's not going to be a problem. One of them won't be problematic in a few years, I'm sure. The baby Snitsky kicked. All grown up.
The hand.
Yeah. Mark Henry's. People's mentioning Cyndi Lauper. That is someone who I agree should have their moment. Absolutely, she should. Triple H, Sid, Chyna, the Hardys. I think their time is coming sooner than later. But for all I know, they want to wait until they're officially done. Charles Robinson for the Warrior Award is something I would seriously consider. He's still working though. He's still part of the crew. He hasn't left WWE yet.
Yeah, a lot of people, or at least some people, don't always like going in when they're still active. So that's something you gotta obviously work around, is who can go in and are they willing to go in while they're still active. Like Ray obviously went in a couple years ago while he was still active. Heyman's not a wrestler, but he's still active in there. But yeah, otherwise, who is not active, who can headline and go in, or who is not active, who can just be part of things. I feel like they've had light classes over the past few years, which I don't think there's anything wrong with. Like if you do 10 people a year, you're going to run out of people pretty quickly. Granted, you can put anybody in there. There's no real qualifications for this thing. But, last year they only did 4 individuals, a tag team, and a celebrity. I feel like it was the Ray year was 3 individuals and a celebrity. Like they don't do as many as they did in past years where they were doing like 15 people. They keep it at like 5 total, give or take, 5 or 6 total.
Yeah, 2022 was the start of doing 5 total, 3 individual, 1. Well, in 2022 they did 3 individuals, the Steiners, and then Shad Gaspard was given the Warrior Award posthumously. But then they started doing like 3 a celebrity Warrior Award, 3, 4. Oh, so 2024 they did 4 individuals, the US Express, which is tag team, and Muhammad Ali. So it varies, but it looks like it's smaller than it used to be, because it used to be like 10 people and it was an all-night festivity. Remember Goldberg giving his speech and everyone walking out, and that was 2018 was a time.
Mr. T in 2014, where he had to say how much he loved his mother.
Well, 2018, at least they had an excuse. They were all getting ready to go to Joey Janela's spring break that year. That was a hell of an episode. Like that was the year. So they were all going to that show. That's why Goldberg hates the Indies.
Lab Glass saying Victoria. That's a good shout. Victoria possibly getting in. She was just at Raw the other week. So
she's in Indianapolis this weekend.
Yeah, a lot of people are in Indianapolis.
I know. That's kind of the bit. Everyone you mentioned is going to be that.
WrestleCon weekend is as well on top of the Rumble. I love that because we're going to get so many there's obviously a lot of media people there, and they're going to be at WrestleCon. They're going to do so many interviews and be like, you never know, might be in the Rumble. And then all the content creators are like, shit, I got to release this now.
So remember, maybe it was last week or just very recently, I said to you, CM Punk is going to start the AJ Lee the Royal Rumble AJ Lee appearance hype. And what does he do in that little segment with Jackie Redmond, where he starts teasing like, oh, I'll get in trouble if I bring her up. And that's exactly what he's doing. That was fantastic.
Bless. He should.
Yeah, of course. He had years.
And he's like, I want Santina in the Rumble.
He is now the king of being able to do this, because he has seen every single iteration of CM Punk is coming back to join the Royal Rumble. CM Punk needs to post the stupid photo, but with his wife's face on it instead of his. And that's perfect. The airport photo. Guys, I'm at the airport in Indianapolis. You'll never guess who just pulled up.
All right, that's actually good. Let me see if I can Photoshop this right fast. Hold on.
Didn't someone do that with Drew? Drew did that with somebody else's face? Someone has done that before, like in WWE. They are very much aware that it exists.
Yeah, I'm sure they did. But all right, I've got the photo. Man, this man had the mutton chops and everything going
Oh,
on
the whole
here.
thing. Ten Ruza mentioning Limp Bizkit, Cyndi Lauper,
Hell
Motorhead, and
yeah.
Flow Rida. Flow Rida is hilarious. You got to do that when they go back to Florida, which like is probably in the next 3 to 5 years. But like Limp Bizkit, absolutely, they're on a tear again. Cyndi Lauper is still with us. We should. Motorhead, I mean, Lemmy posthumously should be inducted into every Hall of Fame because Lemmy rules. But yeah, I mean, this list
I'm
is
shocked. I feel like that's gonna happen this year, considering Triple H's headlines. Like, yeah, let's get Lemmy in here.
I doubt it. I mean,
Really?
I
Okay.
doubt it. I feel like it would be a little too on the nose.
Okay. Sean's inducting Triple H, right? Like, gotta be Sean.
I don't know because every time we've assumed, it's always turned out to be someone else, and I don't know who else it could be. Like, it could be Undertaker, it could be Stephanie, for Christ's sake. Like, I don't know. It should be Sean. It could be him. I don't know. Could be Sean Waltman for all I know, because they want to put him on the show. I don't know.
What?
They're part of the clique. It's all the same.
The clique? What's the clique?
The clique. CLIQUE, the way it's supposed to be pronounced. The click. It's not a click. It's not a button that
The
you press.
French version. Oh, the clique.
Just look at me. That's right. Rene Dupree is going to induct Hogan, going to induct Triple H.
That would rule, actually. Nah, it's gonna be Sean. It's got to be Sean.
It sounds like it should be Sean, given their relationship and everything. We'll see.
It's gonna be Sean. I'd be shocked if it wasn't Sean.
I would be too, but maybe it's Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman.
Yeah, they work together.
He already put Triple H over enough last year.
Maybe it's Cody. Maybe it's Cody. Maybe Cody inducts Triple H.
That would actually, you know what? If Triple H goes with Cody and is like, yeah, after you did all this shit and now you're going to induct me, no choice but to respect it. No choice but to respect it if Cody is the one who gets picked for this spot.
He should get The Rock to do it.
Oh.
Come on, Rock.
All
Remember
right,
the old days.
Yeah, I love this.
Rock's like, it can't work Mania, but I can do this shit. He'll start planting seeds and wasting away other stories. Yeah, look at The Rock in there.
All right, I'm all for The Rock, it being The Rock now. Just forcing him to go in there and do this.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's always my favorite. Let's hit a couple super chats. So, Tenru's asking, what's a dream gig for both of us? Jeremy, you can't pick Taylor Swift.
Like, my dream gig is to sleep and get paid a lot of money to do so.
I think he meant musically. What concert would you like to see?
Oh, I mean, I've seen Taylor Swift in concert, so that's not that big. I mean, it's legitimately it's Eminem. I've said that before, and I'm hoping that I will get a chance to see him as a special guest of Kendrick Lamar when I go to the concert in June.
All right, that'd be fun. For me, it would be, I haven't seen Foo Fighters live, but I feel like I don't really want to see Foo Fighters live now. I think a few years ago would have been good. And Supertramp when they were in their heyday. That's right.
Supertramp.
Yeah, I love Supertramp. And Billy Joel, by the way. Billy Joel now is still just as good as Billy Joel, 50 years ago.
Did he start the fire?
No, but something about the world still turning. No Doubt is too modern for TK. Gotta be 80s or older. Cyclops better than Wolverine. Just get something from the first album. That's from '89. Nobody knows the first No Doubt album, but I do. Get the Beacon Street collection. That's another good one. Get Open the Gate. That should be the theme song for Dynamite. It's a good song. I'm not going to sing it, but it's going to be good. Tenruz is letting me know I am part of the ITW Hall of Fame. Oh my God.
Wow.
Did you have something to do with this, Jeremy? Did you know?
Hell no. I wouldn't put you in this Hall of Fame. Are you kidding me?
Oh my God. Thank you guys so much. Oh, I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much. I'm so excited. I think I didn't do never in a million years did I think that I would deserve this, but here I am.
Okay. I'm not laughing at you.
Sure you're not.
No. All right, Joel. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Hold on. I got to save it. Okay. Here we go. Let me load it up.
Oh, I'm afraid. By the way, the ITW Anonymous General Manager said, don't believe him. He's super excited to see all the metal bands.
Oh God, yeah, that's a
That's
thing.
gonna be, I'm excited for you
Oh,
on
no.
that one.
Yeah. All right, folks. I was just sent this photo from my friends at the Indy airport.
Oh, were you? Oh my God. guys, AJ is going to be in Indianapolis. Her legs look fantastic. Put that up again. I'm not trying to sexualize her. I'm just I gotta say, like the legs are very, very toned. They look great. Look at that. Look at that jacket. That's a great jacket. The kicks on point. Definitely something that AJ Lee would wear. Yeah, she's coming. She's gonna be at the Rumble.
All right, I'm tweeting this.
Easily the best thing we could have done.
I did this Photoshop on air, everybody.
Had a whole conversation about the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Joel was talking about, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy doing my great Photoshop skills.
Nothing's gonna top this show. And in an hour we're gonna have Paul London joining us. So I don't know. Paul's got a hefty bag to fill when it comes to the quality of this show. Tender's adding on, the Grapsity guys got the Credit Boys bit off big time. Of course they did. Of course they did. Go listen. If you're a Fightful Select subscriber, go listen to Ask Grapsity. It was a very, very good episode this yesterday. And they talked about that. And I'm sure they'll talk about it on Saturday's show as well. Good for them. Good for them. They deserve the credit too for getting the Credit Boys up and running. Tender's adding in La Résistance for Clash La Défense Paris. Just look at me.
No.
Clash of the Eiffel Tower. Anthony Cruz joining the ITW Rumble without using the hashtag, but damn it, you're going to join it. What are you guys giving away, bro? Tell them, Jeremy.
We are giving away a item from WWE shop, AEW shop, any wrestling shop, independent wrestling shop, or if you want to donate the money to charity within reason, get a shirt or something. $40 limit is what we're putting on this thing. And we ain't got Sean Ross Sapp or Denise Salcedo money out here.
One day we will. Keep joining us and keep telling your friends about us, and it'll be good stuff.
Plus Matt Mikowski, who replied to my tweet.
What did he say? Did he do?
He did the I understood that reference gif.
Oh, I see that. Has anyone retweeted this yet? Okay,
there's been a few retweets. Should I retweet it from the Fightful account?
I feel like
I don't feel like I'd get in trouble or anything.
No, it's such a clearly faked funny thing.
I'll blame it on Kyler.
It was not the worst thing that ever been done before.
Let's blame it on Kyler. Sorry, Kyler.
If you want an ITW shirt, tell Sean, and I'm sure he won't do it, but at least he'll know you want one.
Yeah, bug him about it.
Bug him about it. I'd love to. I've been talking about doing a new logo for this show for years, and nothing has ever sparked my fancy when it comes to it. I've always stuck by this one, which is really just a font. Good font, though.
Yeah.
I wanted it to look like grass that we were touching. Not the background. The background literally is grass that we are touching. Look, I'm touching the grass behind us. But the logo, that was all me, baby. That's all me. Why are all the super chats? That's my doing. I had changed.
That's Joel Pearl pushing the TNA propaganda out here.
We're gonna get to that in just a second. It's not. By the way, it's called Oswald. This font.
What are we getting to? What do you mean we're gonna get to that?
Should we use this one instead? This one's called Pacifico. Shout out to Vinny.
Shout out to Vinny Pacifico. Hope he's well.
Here, let's use this. No, can't read that at all. That's way too much. Nope. Walter Turncoat. No, that's gross. Where's the original? Default. There we go. Now it's back to basic. Hope you're happy. There. That's the one. Called Cabin.
Way too much time spent on fonts.
It's a big deal. People care about that in the world.
Sure.
I care about fonts.
Sure.
It's very important. If I could do Comic Sans, I'd consider doing Comic Sans just for the lulz. It's fantastic. When do we determine the ITW Rumble order? At the end of today's show, and we're going to post the who's got what. We're going to post that on socials for everyone to see and to keep track of. And of course, on Monday, we'll have the results. Graphic design is
4 spots left, everybody.
Amazing. Good Lord. Get in on it right now, would you? Dave saying, just for further notice, one of your nuts is hanging out of your shorts. You got a big hole. Shout out to the first season of Tough Enough. Gives a whole ass speech just to tell him he's got a nut hanging out.
Can we do wingdings? Do we have the wingdings font?
No, I'd have to add it, and I'm not going to do that right now.
Coward.
You ever try to read wingdings? You can't.
Shucky Ducky, you can leave a super chat, use the hashtag ITW Rumble, or if you want to wait until the end of the show, you can just use the hashtag ITW Rumble when we open it up to non-super chats. But there are only 4 spots left. That's all. 4 spots.
Yeah, Shucky Ducky's mentioning it's Wrestle Rumble that you're thinking of, and they have packed up shop. They are done.
Yeah. Shout out to Matt. Good dude.
They're great. Yeah, it sucks that they're not doing it, but yeah, we appreciate people who are going to get in on this one. It'll be a lot of fun. The only TNA thing that I want to mention is just, and you're going to love this, the tweet that they sent out on Wednesday night, where they're just like, we're going to flood the media landscape on Thursday. And I'm like, oh, that sounds promising. And it's 3 interviews on Busted Open, literally one channel, 3 interviews, 3 half hour apart. And John Alba, who we love, and this is not a shot at Busted Open or at John Alba. John Alba is going to have an exclusive interview, dropping on SI. And I'm like, okay, that's great. Everyone was like, oh, new signing. It's so excited. Oh my God, who's going to be signing? Maybe it's this guy, maybe it's that guy. I at one point was like, maybe it's Mance Warner, but someone was like, no, Mance did the Busted Open interview. Okay, great. Mustafa Ali signs with TNA Wrestling, as if Mustafa Ali didn't come out the week before on their live show, which was watched by more people than normal, and said, I have re-signed with TNA Wrestling. Fuck!
I tried to get this information out of John Alba. I was like, what's going on?
His response was, we shouted you out on the podcast.
Well, I asked him, not publicly either. I was like, what's really happening? And he was still kayfabing me. I was like, oh, okay, sure. But I was like, all right, maybe that's why he was kayfabing me, because it wasn't real breaking news, considering it was literally announced a week ago on the show.
By the talent.
Yeah.
And then TNA puts out the tweet, and it's just like everyone jumped on them. Even the hardcores were like, we ride with you, but what is this?
So dumb.
It was just in our Discord. I'm on the Fightful Select Discord, and I'm fairly active in about 3 channels. And one of them is obviously the TNA channel, because that's what I cover for the site. And I'm sitting there just laughing. We're all just laughing at this shit. And at first we're just like, this is exciting, a little bit of buzz. And I'm just laughing about the whole, like, we're going to be flooding the media landscape with 3 interviews on Busted Open. I'm like, oh, sure, whatever. It's not like half of your staff isn't already working for TNA. So like, that part alone was whatever. But when they did that and it turned out to be Mustafa Ali in the interview, I was like, come on, man, what are we doing? People just jumped on them afterwards. Rightfully so. Hilarious. A couple more declarations for the ITW Rumble. Michael
was already in it too. He's not. But clearly I see our regulars and I'm thinking, oh, they've already declared, but they have not. But they are today. We appreciate that.
Absolutely. So you're in. Welcome to the Rumble. And of course, oh, Shucky Ducky.
I just typed out Shucky Fucky.
That's fine.
2 spots left, everybody.
2 spots left. Get in now. If we don't fill them by the end of the show, we'll have a ITW Last Chance Royal Rumble. Ten Russo, by the way, adding the Weekend dropping a great album in January is fun. Also, do you guys have a good Tumblr for the ITW Rumble numbers? We need that to happen. I wish.
We've got we have to spin the wheel. That's what we do. We spin the wheel to get the numbers. So we will put that on screen so people can know we are not cheating or rigging anything. That is how it works. So yeah, we have it's like a little spin the wheel. It's a free website that I put all the names in and we see what the numbers are.
Very excited for that. It's going to be a fun end of the show today. Yeah. This is so stupid. Oh man, yeah, the Weekend drops an album, so clearly he's going to be at Elimination Chamber in March to promote the album that's already dropped.
Yeah, it's not going to be Drake.
No way in hell it's going to be Drake. Greatest short of all time. Go watch it right now over on the
I was very proud of that.
You should be. It was good stuff. And it didn't get demonetized. So clearly you're doing something right.
Yeah. I guess so.
Michael saying my entrant name can be Shaggy Fuck. Good stuff. Oh, Maggie's telling you to delete the photo. It's got legs, baby.
At some point, Sean's gonna see it, and then it's gonna just be really stupid.
He's gonna retweet it too.
It's fine for now. It's fine for now.
Amazingly, there have been no quote tweets on it yet.
People know. People get the bit. Like it's not like
Jensen got it. It's good. Corey's got it.
No one is like actually thinking this is a real thing. I mean, maybe. Hopefully it gets picked up on Reddit and they're like, Jeremy from Fightful has done this.
Dave, I know you're listening. I know you have the line. Take that photo, send it to Punk on Instagram right now. Send it to him. Do it. I need you to send it.
I'm going to be very disappointed if like Reddit gets a hold of it. Those people are weird.
Reddit, if you're here because of the photo, subscribe to the channel. Leave a thumbs up. Don't brigade us. We talk about fun shit, okay? This is what we do. We don't get beat down for the first hour of our television program. We have fun here.
Should I put it on Blue Sky? All right, I'll put it on Blue Sky. I don't really use the Blue Sky that much anymore. I'm there. I'm debating wiping my Twitter and now using it the way that people like Phil do, which is just promote my shit. And I don't need no hot takes. Just put it out on Twitter and just that's it. Turn off comments and just let it go. That's one way to do it. I'm just going to do the exact same tweet. I'm not even going to put an original thought on Blue Sky.
Oh, no. Don't do that. People don't need an original thought. You can cross-post it somehow. Find a way.
All right. Can I just cross-post like everything I just put on Twitter also goes to Blue Sky? That's a thing, right?
There are people who do that. Absolutely, okay. Yes.
Like I need to do that because I don't feel like doing multiple posts. I tried that. I tried to like post some stuff on Blue Sky and post some stuff on Twitter. I just got lazy. I was like, I got too much work to do to try to balance two apps. This is why I'm not on like Instagram and all these other social media. Like I'm not on Facebook. I got capacity for one app and that's it.
I feel that. I really do. We're so old. We are the elder millennials of this group.
And Twitter, there's still a lot of stupidity going on.
Yes.
So like it still pops me.
Yeah, people are going to use it as a real thing. Absolutely. The AI deepfake. They're going to fall for it. It's going to be on Sportskeeda by like noon.
Shit.
It's okay. It'll be on Facebook Sportskeeda, so it'll be every.
Oh, I hope Sportskeeda picks it up. That would rule, actually.
Oh God. What's funny is like it's such a funny bit. And like if it happens, you get to use this photo again and be like, told you.
Yeah, that's true. I can do the keep following me for the Scoops bit if she actually shows up.
And you got just that photo alone. You're welcome for that, by the way. Gotcha. I gave you the inch and you took the mile.
Did. You gave me the idea, and then I did this Photoshop on hair and posted it. Yeah, but you did give me the idea for it. I appreciate it.
Oh no. Oh, we need if it gets picked up by Punk, you got to let us know because that's gonna be a feather in the cap of the show. Let me tell you. Stupid
so dumb.
Oh, by the way, for the women's rumble, here's this one out of left field name that I'm tossing out there because it's not a super duper important name, but I think someone that we might see come back is Kiana James. I was thinking about that the other day. She's been sidelined for long enough, but now she's making talk about coming back. I wouldn't be surprised to see her pop up in the Rumble just as a welcome back. It's a pretty easy moment for her. That's something I want to put out there just in case it happens. So I can then say I was right.
Okay.
Yeah, why not? The other one, I mentioned this on the TNA post show last night. I think if Joe Hendry is going to be in the Rumble, do you want to know how you maximize Joe Hendry?
You play his music.
And he will appear, but you have him come in as number 1 or 2. Give him the full intro. Because you want the hands going from side to side. You want to give him like the maximum because he's a bit, he's a gimmick. He's not known for being like super duper wrestler, man. Have him come in, have him cut a promo, and then start the match. Have him have a mini match with somebody and go from there. He doesn't have to. And if you really want to surprise people, he could last for most of the match until he gets tossed out. I think Henry could come in early and it would make a bigger impact for him. No pun intended.
You know who's going to be number one?
Sami Zayn?
They did it last year. They're going to do it again this year.
Seth?
No, you don't remember who last year was?
No. Not off the top of my head. Who was it? Was it Jay? Although Jay Uso coming in, that would make sense. Yeah, do the full intro with Jay and then the full intro with Joe Hendry. That's the one. Oh, do it.
Yeah, it was Jay and Jimmy last year. I don't think they're going to do Jay and Jimmy again because now they're on the same side. But yeah, they're just going to do just so they can do the full intro with Jay. I was laughing so hard on Monday when Jay comes out and he does the big intro and he's got Quavo walking down with him and everything. And he cut a promo, so at least he did something. I thought they just were going to just like do the intro and have him yeet with McAfee and Cole, and that was it. And it was basically just a swinging dick yeet of like, look how over this man is. We ain't actually got nothing to do for him on this show, but look how fucking over this guy is. But they need to cut a promo. I was like, don't even have him cut a promo. Just do the intro.
Dude's lucked out. And you know what? For every time his daddy is just like, he's got to be winning titles. He's got to do this. I'm like, motherfucker, what do you think you got over on, Quiche? Like, you got over by dancing. You didn't get over by being big man who beats people. You stuck your ass in people's faces and you danced. Now your son's effectively doing what you're doing. He's not literally doing it, but he's effectively doing the same thing. He's getting over by doing his entrance and doing the shtick. And then he cuts a promo and he doesn't have to take a bump. He is dreaming. He's having the best time. He doesn't need a damn title. He just needs to have fun. Have Hendry and Jay come in number 1 and 2. Maximize the entrances.
Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it.
Jay can stick his ass in someone else's face. See how that goes.
He does the hip attack, I think, doesn't he?
Everyone does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sure sucks to be Jay. He's crying into his money.
Yeah.
Dude gets to hobnob with rappers and
right.
I'm sure his kid thinks he's the coolest guy in the world.
I wish I had those Jay Uso television problems. Like, come on.
And then once in a while, he gets a big like world title match where everyone's like, no, he's not going to win. But then there's some people like, no, he should win. He should win. And like, that is that is it, man. I don't want to call it over because over also, I think I agree with certain people who think that over includes opening up your wallet to spend money on them. But I mean, if the merch is selling and it does, then clearly that means you're over. It's not just ticket sales. So like, yeah, you know what? Jay's over. He's not world championship over, but he is dude that people want to see on their TV screens or in their arena doing his shtick over. It works.
He could be the world champion though. Like he is that over. Like if they put the title on Jey Uso at Saturday Night's Main Event, which people advocated for, I think I advocated for it because I just like that shit. But like, no one would be like, "This is a bad move," because all you got to do is watch that intro and be like, "Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I understand why they did that." The dude is super popular. He gets a great reaction. He moves merchandise. If it's not for you, fine. Yeah, I had this argument with Jensen all the time with LA Knight. And
yeah.
But he was mainly hating on LA Knight because he thought LA Knight was a real threat to Cody. And that's how you knew LA Knight was over, because Jensen was scared that LA Knight was going to be the one to dethrone Roman because he was that popular at the time. It's like, if you don't get it, okay, fine. You don't have to get it. If you don't like Jay's wrestling, if he's not putting on 5-star matches, okay, no problem. The dude's got a connection with the crowd. The dude gets a giant reaction everywhere he goes. So you're in the minority with it because the majority is yeeting and cheering when he comes out.
Sorry, just saw Robert O'Neill replied to your Blue Sky post, said, "This is legitimate. I would know. I have many friends at many airports." Oh, bless O'Neill for being part of the bit that he started. But yeah, that's the whole thing. Like, he doesn't have to be for you, but man, he's for a lot of people, and that's what it is. No wrestler is 100% loved by 100% of the audience, but you are absolutely getting people in the audience involved in your shtick, and that gets you over. And in this case, Jay just got to show up. Like you said, could he be world champion? Yeah, of course he could. They could do that. Do they want to right now? No, because they're seeing that it's working just the way things are. He lost a world championship match. Guess what happened? He came out 2 nights later and they gave him an entrance again, and everyone was all about it. It didn't matter anymore. He's Teflon right now. It's not going to last forever, but right now you can ride that.
Might last forever. People get over and stay over just on catchphrases, dude. Like,
that's true. That is a good
people
point.
still. I know Austin had way more than just what, but that thing just stayed over, and it's still over. They were doing it to Logan Paul on Monday. Like, catchphrases get over. 1 word catchphrases. That's all you need. It works.
You know what? You know what really did it? Sexy Bunny Rhea. That was it. When she did it, that was it.
Do you think Rhea's going to go to that lookalike contest? I feel like she should. That'd be hilarious.
For those who didn't see that, there was someone had taken a photo. There's a Rhea Ripley lookalike contest happening in Indianapolis. I think it's tonight. There's a show. Is it Naptown Pro? Naptown Pro is running?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
The Rhea Ripley lookalike.
Yeah, contest. It's tomorrow after the Rumble. It's at like 11 o'clock tomorrow.
Oh,
yeah, it's not in conjunction with a wrestling event, I don't think. Maybe it is.
I saw Naptown like comment on it.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe they just commented for the sake of commenting, but it's after the Rumble. It's at like 11 o'clock somewhere. So
it's part of Fight Function.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a charity pool. There's 300 Rhea Ripley lookalike contest. I'm looking at it now. I'm actually gonna pull it up. I'm gonna put the photo up on the screen. You're right. It's not through Naptown. J Rose was the one who actually commented on it. That's why. Okay. And J Rose does work with Naptown Pro. Naptown Pro. They sing this song. Dude, sorry. Let's get this photo. Yeah. So it's a Rhea Ripley lookalike contest. $300+ in prizes, Hot Topic gift cards, WWE merch, Sephora gift cards, and more. It's a charity pool. Best overall, there's the best makeup, the most jacked. So like multiple Rhea's Ripley are going to win prizes. And it's going to be, this is a free plug at this point, at the Fountain Square Theater over on Prospect Street in Indianapolis. Fight Function. There you go. There's even a QR code on the screen where you can try and find the website that's attached to it. So Rhea Ripley needs to pull up to that and win.
Rhea Ripley should show up. It's after the Rumble. She's not competing in the Rumble. At least the women's, there's chatter, and she's even mentioned being in the men's Rumble, but she's not competing in the women's Rumble. She should just show up. How great. She knows about it now, so she knows about
it. I took that photo from her Twitter, from Rhea's Twitter.
Like, how great would it be if she just appears? It'd be awesome.
I'm all about it. I need to see it. I need it to happen. Or maybe she's going to be a judge. Maybe she's going to show up and she'll be a judge of the Rhea Ripley lookalike contest.
Respect it.
I would love to see it. I think that'd be very, very funny. A couple of super chats. Let's get to this. Ryan Adams asking, what % chance does the loser of KO and Cody enter the Rumble, just like Roman in 2017? If KO wins, I think it's a higher percentage than if Cody wins, in my opinion. It feels like a heel thing to do. But I mean, I know Roman did it, but like, I don't know, it feels like I'm taking a second chance now.
Yeah, but Cody makes a lot of sense too, though, because if he loses, well, how do you get back to Mania? Oh, you win the Rumble. He's won back-to-back Rumbles. So maybe it feels heelish, but like it's a ladder match, It's not like he's taking a pinfall or anything.
Fair.
Yeah, KO, I could easily see it because that just fits with KO's personality and his mission. But I could see both of it, honestly.
I would even consider if you want to jumpstart KO and Sammy once again, if KO tries to get back into the Rumble, he takes out Sammy on Sammy's entrance. And KO takes over Sammy's spot.
Or he just eliminates.
Sammy. Yeah. But then at least in that point, it's a little like, it's the Royal Rumble. You're supposed to. You didn't have my back, but there are multiple ways you could do it if you want to go that route. I don't think they're going to do it, but if they do, that's how I would do it. KO comes out, maybe takes out Sammy, gets the extra heat, and then enters the Rumble.
I know, it's the Royal Rumble, every man for himself, but there's obviously ways in the Rumble of doing it, of Sammy kind of being trusting of KO, and then KO still just like turning on him. It's not just so much of, I'm going to eliminate you. It's, how he gets eliminated.
I love Louis' line of thought. It's a hell of a way to scam to find your type. Gonna go host a J-Lo lookalike contest.
That's what I assume all these lookalike contests are for.
That's true.
Like, hey, let's show up here. We know we're going to get people who look like this person. What can we do with this? How can we use this information
to our advantage? Oh no. Oh, and Ten Rusev once again hitting us with the can't believe you jerk. Sunday Rumble pub party, 10 a.m. It might be 38 degrees Celsius. That's a beautiful day. That's a hot day. Stay hydrated. Drink more than just the beer or whatever alcohol. Drink some water too. You want to survive the Royal Rumble. It's a hydration game.
Water's overrated.
I agree. Who would do that? Who would go to that? Sean is at a WWE community event this morning. Good for him. I see Grayson Waller. I see Austin Theory. I see Byron Saxton in a very pink jacket.
I'm going to continue to push
Chelsea
the Grayson Waller agenda, by the way.
Oh, you'll never stop.
I listened to an interview. It was Gabby AF. It was him and Theory on that thing. Dude, Waller's so good. He's so good at this stuff. He said he called Obafemi overrated. And he's like, congratulations. You're at the top of the worst men's NXT roster of all time. And I was like, I don't know if you need to be saying that, but I was like, that's hilarious. He's shooting, brother. I don't know if that's a work or a shoot. Maybe he's shooting with that comment.
That's a good call. He's listening to the pods, baby.
Oh, Theory, by the way. Theory was, they were talking about guests on like, oh, should be on the Grayson Waller effect. And Theory's like, oh, what about Hulk Hogan? And Waller was like, absolutely not.
Wow.
Waller even was like, he's like, I'm okay on that one. He's like, hey, he's got his beer. I don't know if Hulk Hogan will do a shoey. He's like, I'm okay. Even Waller wasn't leaning into that one. He's like, nah, don't want nothing to do with this guy. Grayson Waller. I keep knocking this can of Pringles. I gotta like stop. It needs to keep hitting it. It's in my way. Grayson Waller, though, I'm all in on him. I've been all in on him, but like I need a push for Grayson Waller more than this dumb tag team where he's not really doing anything.
It's time. It's time to push Grayson Waller to the moon. It's happening. What a world. So who's your pick now? Do you going into SmackDown? Do you think that'll change your mind? Who's your pick for the Rumble? We're almost there.
We gotta have Roman on this show tonight, right?
I assume he would be. Or I mean, Sean has said, he would like John Cena to be there tonight. He's in town, is Cena. So maybe that's a little bit of a showdown. You could make a big splash out of Roman and Cena appearing on SmackDown tonight.
Yeah, because we had the really good Punk and Cody face-off on Raw, and I thought that sits well. You don't need to go any further with that. It does feel like you need something with Roman and Cena, because those are the two that have been sort of underplayed for this run. Like we know they're there. We know they're going to be favorites because they're John Cena and Roman Reigns, but neither of them have appeared since Raw on Netflix. Like Heyman declared for Roman and Cena just declared at Raw on Netflix. So yeah, I think them doing some type of interaction would be good and would be a really strong closing segment and closing sell for the Rumble. As far as my pick goes, I've gone so many different places with this because I've come up with so many wacky storylines of like where they could go with all of this. Official on record prediction. Jeff Jarrett.
He is unstoppable. Did you see how many people it took to put him down?
Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. The man is, he should cross that line. Not TNA. He should cross back, do an appearance. He should be the champ. He should win everything. It's going to take that many people to put you down. 2 gotch neutralizers. Come on. I know you can't take them very well, but you still did it twice to put him down. Means something. Double J, he needs that title, man. Did it. I'm surprised he didn't kick out at 301. He was this close. I think that second gotch neutralizer just to come out, and even MJF is scared of him. Beat him up while he was almost down. Double J, he's winning. He's going to come out.
My actual prediction on record. My actual prediction is Roman. I think Roman's going to win this thing. That's
okay. So in that world, Roman wins. John Cena wins the chamber.
Yeah, John Cena probably wins the Chamber, but I know Cody and Roman or Cody and Cena has been like discussed, and like it's possible that that's a Mania match. Roman and Cody running it back for a third time can make some sense. I don't know if people are super into that idea, especially 3 straight. Like Austin and Rock did it, but it wasn't 3 straight. They at least spread it out every other year. So
They
there was
also
a little
changed the dynamic. Sorry, I was going to change. They changed the depth chart as well. Like at one point, Rock was the heel and Austin was the face, and then they changed it at one point, didn't they?
Yeah, well, yeah. Rock was
the
the heel going into 15, and then they were kind of both baby faces going into 17, but Austin turned. And then 19 was Austin's kind of last legs anyway. So, but they were both Rock was more heelish in that, but because Rock was very desperate going into 19 because he hadn't beaten Austin at Mania. Yeah. So that was the real big story there. Again, they had way more breathing room because they did it every other year instead of like this would be 3 straight years, because you can change it a little bit because they, the first year it was Cody was still sort of new and everything. Roman, the second year, Roman had the super long reign. Cody had to finish the story. And this year, well, Cody is the hunted one and Roman is trying to regain what was taken from him a year ago. So the dynamics shift a little bit, but the fact that it's 3 straight years, I don't know if people are super into that. And I can understand why. But I think Roman wins because I think there's just so many options with Roman. Like if you do end up getting The Rock, if The Rock comes in slinging dick on Monday and says, "I'm here, brother. What do you got for me?" You can go with Roman and Rock. If you want to get the title on Seth, he beats Gunther, you can go with Roman and Seth. I think that's a real possibility. If you want to get the title on Punk, he beats Gunther. That's a real possibility there with Roman and Punk. You can do the Cody thing at one more time. You can make it a triple threat. Punk gets into that somehow with Cody, Roman, and Punk. So I just think there's a lot of options when it comes to Roman.
I'd love The Rock to show up, be like, "All right, what do you got for me for WrestleMania?"
I'm not rolling it out. Like, you know how it works.
Well, actually, it's good you hear, Dwayne. Listen, I wanted to ask you, do you want to induct me into the Hall of Fame? What? Yeah, I figured maybe since you're here,
that's Steve Austin.
You want to induct me into the Hall of Fame? What else am I going to do for WrestleMania? You're going to induct me to the Hall of Fame? It's pretty good. Okay, but what else am I going to do? You're going to induct me to the Hall of Fame. And it's just 2 hours of those two asking the same question back and forth.
Now, The Rock can be like, fine, but I need like a championship. Can I get an Attitude Era championship to show off?
I'll give you one of my Triple H belts. Remember those ones with the Iron Cross on it? I'll give you one of those commemorative belts. I'll even sign it for you, Brock. Why is he such a shithead when I do that voice?
Yeah, what is this Triple H voice?
You know what it was? No, that's my Matt McCarthy Triple H voice because he hates Triple H. That's why. Hilarious. I'm thinking the Roman thing is so difficult to predict for everything you're saying makes this difficult. John Cena winning is the clearest path for what makes sense with the reported matches. Cena wins, he challenges Cody. That's it. That's a story that takes off in and of itself. Roman gets into the chamber. Roman wins the chamber. Punk faces Gunther somehow. Or sorry, Punk faces Gunther because Punk is on Raw. Roman Reigns is not. So Roman Reigns winning the chamber for now. But the point is, like right now, Roman Reigns is not officially a Raw star. He's on SmackDown. So they would have to find a way to cross over. And that's how Reigns winning the Rumble would work. But why would he call a shot against Gunther when clearly Cody's number one? And if the reported match is Roman Reigns versus CM Punk, and you want to put a title on it, I think Punk has to win at Elimination Chamber and Roman has to win the chamber to really make that happen. And that's a big way to get off the air on Chamber with what the other title match is at Mania. You find out literally that night because Roman won, Punk won. They do a stare down at the end. They point to the sign if they really want to get silly with it. And they go off the air and people are like, holy shit, we just have our night 2 or night 1 main event. We know the 2 main events now. they could do it like that.
Roman doesn't have to declare for his title match the night after he wins, though. Like, he doesn't have to do the point. Like, he points up. He's the one. Like, you know,
I'm gonna face God.
You know what actually would kind of rule is they sort of did this last year, but they did it out of necessity because they were trying to piece together The Rock coming in there and slanging dick. It would actually rule if Roman wins and he's like, dude, I'm the main event. I'm the guy everybody's chased for 5-10 years now. You tell me why I should face you. You tell me why you deserve this main event.
So do you remember how CM Punk got The Undertaker at WrestleMania?
My memory's not that good. No.
He won a 4-way on an old school Raw in January to
Okay.
determine who was going to face The Undertaker. I'm pretty sure that's how that whole thing started. And then it took on a life of its own. Don't get me wrong. But it was very much like The Undertaker, huh? Who wants to face him? These 4 guys. And I'm pretty sure it was like Sheamus, CM Punk, and 2 others I can't remember. And I was just like, huh. All right, that's one way to facilitate the match, but it feels like you're going that direction if you do it that way.
Not really. I mean, we know Roman has won the Rumble. Now you got these 2 champions, and both of them should be combative in that of like, no, we're the champion. Like, what do you mean we have to pick you? But it's in Roman's ego to be like, I'm not going to make my choice of like, this is the guy I want to face. You guys got to prove that you should face me. You got to prove that you want me to take your title. Like, Roman has always been, even as a babyface, still about himself. He is still the tribal chief. He is still the head of the table. So him being like, yeah, I want to face Cody, or I want to face Gunther. I want this title that maybe I haven't held yet. Cody would obviously make the most sense because the history with Cody and he wants to win that title back. So, but I think you can delay it. And that's where Punk winning and beating Gunther. And now it's like, ooh, do you want to go after Cody? Do you want that title? Or do you want to go after this little shithead who's needling you, who's trying to take Paul Heyman from you? Things like that. So I think there can be a story there with Roman winning and not immediately deciding and instead being like, I'm going to bide my time. I'll make my choice when I feel it's on my best interest to make my choice. And until then, you guys prove to me why you should be the main event, because I'm the main event. I've been the main event 8 out of the last 10 years. It's cool you got that title, but I'm still the main event around here.
He should just show up on every single challenger's show and be like, didn't you hear? I won the Royal Rumble. I can face any champion I want.
We don't need all that.
Steps to John Moxley and be like, I'm going to beat that title out of your stomach. I'm going to open up your stomach and I'm going to take that AEW World Championship out. Goes over to TNA, be like, you want to play a song? Here's a song. You suck. And he just grabs Joe Hendry's TNA World title. You can do it. You can go down NXT, face Obafemi, be like, hey, I made you. And Obafemi be like, huh? And I'll just punch him in the face, Superman style, win that title. That's what the winner of the Royal Rumble gets. They get everything. By the way, it was 2013 Old School Raw. The match was CM Punk defeating Randy Orton, Big Show, and Sheamus. And it was a fatal 4-way for who was going to face The Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Okay.
That was the thing. That was the year before the streak got beat, because that was 2014. So yeah.
I mean, I remember the CM Punk and Undertaker match. I remember the build up to that with Punk having the urn and everything. Like, the build was good. I didn't remember how he got the match. I didn't realize he won a 4-way, but sure.
Here we go. WWE unveils the schedule of major events for WrestleMania 41 week in Las Vegas. It's not just them winning the Royal Rumble, it's us too. Looking forward to this. The T-Mobile Arena will play host to SmackDown on April 18th. NXT Stand and Deliver on Saturday, April 19th. Fightful Select had initially reported that the show was coming back to T-Mobile Arena. Now it's confirmed. And Monday Night Raw will also be hosted at the T-Mobile Arena on Monday, April 21st. Get ready for that. Tickets are going to go on sale soon. WWE.com just dropped that now. Big deal. WrestleMania 41 has their venues. Vegas weekend, baby. You're going to lose all your money and you're going to watch all your wrestling.
Wow. Try to only do like one of those things. Either lose your money or watch wrestling, because otherwise you're like, that's double loser behavior, and that just kind of sucks.
If you're smart, you will go and just live at the Palms. Go watch the Collective. Go watch the reboot of Dragon Gate USA at the rooftop of the Palm. And the rest of the time, don't worry about WrestleMania. Don't worry about WWE. They'll be on the Strip. You'll be off the Strip. You'll be saving money. You'll be living at the Palms. Maybe you'll stay at Rio across the street. Maybe you'll go to the Burger King down at the corner. How do I know this? Because I stayed at the Palms last year, and I know what all is around there. Great kosher restaurant there called Jerusalem. Fantastic food. Go eat it. Plenty of stuff. Just go down that way. Just go down off the Strip. You'll find great food at reasonable prices, because off Strip, it's where you go. Just go there. Don't go on the Strip. It's awful. You pay way too much for way too little. There's a CVS right next to the Palms. You can get cheap stuff just to snack on. Stay at Palms Place. You have a kitchen. You can make some eggs every morning. Just reliving my Vegas experience. Now I'm here.
What is this?
I'm helping people get around WrestleMania week.
Okay.
Saving money, saving you time, giving you food options.
You're going to WrestleMania. You're already fucked when it comes to money.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not going. I don't even know if I'm going to Elimination Chamber until I find out if I'm going officially or not as part of the media. People asking, is it a missed opportunity not running the Sphere for NXT or Raw? So I'm willing to have this conversation, but before I ask this, before we have it, I ask the question to you, chat. Do you have $4,000 to spend on a ticket? Because that's how much it would cost for Raw or NXT at the Sphere. Also, they would have to. The visuals would look amazing. Do not get me wrong. UFC ran there. They put everything into it, and it looked really great. I don't think you want to spend the amount of money that it would cost for WWE to put on a show at the Sphere. Also, like the sight lines are shit. Once you get up top, they're just not good. Sphere is a really cool venue. It's just not. I don't think it's conducive to that style, unless you got the big video boards and people up top can see the video boards, and like that's about as good as it gets.
At some point, they're going to run the Sphere.
It is inevitable. It is. Yeah. Just not now.
Yeah. At some point, they're going to run it. When? Don't know. But they'll run it at some point, and when they price it out, people are going to either be shocked or not shocked. I don't know.
Also, like T-Mobile Arena they're a traditional venue. They hold a lot of people. They hold 20,000. I've been in that venue. It's really nice. It's still modern. It's on the Strip. Not that the Sphere isn't, but like it's accessible. It's easy to get around. I could see them just sticking with T-Mobile because they have the partnership. They will run the Sphere once. They will. They might do a big event there where they can get away with having you spend a lot of money. But I don't think WrestleMania weekend, when you're already overspending to do everything else in Vegas that week, I don't think that's the time to run the Sphere. I think you're really pricing people out more than you've already done in some cases to run a place like the Sphere.
Yeah, I think they want to run it as its own special thing, right? Because if you run it WrestleMania week, well, WrestleMania is already there. Right? Like WrestleMania is the big event. And Raw after WrestleMania is already kind of a big thing unto itself. And so you just run it at T-Mobile. They want to do the Sphere as almost a standalone thing of, hey, this is the monumental event of the weekend. Because if you run it WrestleMania weekend, it's another event on WrestleMania weekend. It's not going to overshadow WrestleMania. So why run it that weekend when you already have everybody there for WrestleMania, when you can make another big event out of a weekend?
Yeah, exactly. It should be its own thing. I'm looking up something before I get to this super chat because I'm curious about it. Kim Gray sent a super chat saying, my favorite singer, Kenny Chesney, is doing a Sphere residency this year. Tickets aren't terrible. I'm trying to go. I can't see how much tickets are, and I'm on the website right now. I'm on seated.com is where they're sending me. I can't find any ticket price information. I see VIP packages. So if you know how much they're costing, put it in the chat because I'm legitimately curious. The public on sale is today at 10 a.m. Pacific. So, of course, that's not now. It's 2 p.m. So I got to wait. And Jen Ruse is looking forward to the Grammy/Super Bowl halftime show like the Rumble.
Yeah, the Grammys are on Sunday, I believe.
It is the same weekend this year. You're right.
Yeah, the Grammys on Sunday, and then Super Bowl's next week. So
yeah. I'm so curious about these ticket prices. Let's see if Google tells me. They range from 180 to 248. I assume that is before any taxes and fees.
Well, yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, you're gonna the 180. You're gonna pay that just in fees.
Yeah, exactly. It's a full immersive show. Okay, now I'm seeing actual tickets via Ticketmaster. 407 at the very, very back, 294. This is US dollars, by the way. And that's where it starts, and it goes all the way up to 960 for section 103. So if you can afford it, by all means, go and enjoy. I hope you do. I don't think I'll be going to the Sphere anytime soon, for a concert at least. Though I'd love to.
Cowardly.
Zeno telling us, yeah, I should. Zeno telling us to stay on stream until 10 a.m. Pacific. I don't think so. I think we have other stuff to do. Paul London's joining us in 5 minutes, according to our plan, 11:30 a.m. Eastern. So looking forward to that conversation real soon. It's been 20 years since he was in the Royal Rumble.
Anybody got a Royal Rumble question for Paul London?
I do. I already do.
Okay.
I got it teed up. He wasn't in there for long, but I have my question, and it's going to be very straightforward and honest. We'll see how we do. Richard Biggs asking, can I still declare for the ITW Rumble?
Yes,
Richard, you can.
You were the second to last person in, Richard. So one more spot. If you want to guarantee your spot, send in a super chat. Or if you want to wait half an hour, you're going to get one shot at getting in the free entry because there's only one spot available.
That's wild. Yeah, Dave mentioning the flight, the hotel, the tickets, whole lot of cash. And like getting in and out of Vegas, at least from Toronto, it's not too expensive if you plan it ahead, but like the hotel can be a whole shtick. Tickets are different. It can be expensive, man. If you're smart, use points. Use the Vegas game, the terrible My Vegas game where, yeah, sure, you're giving up all of your information, but damn it, you can get comp nights at some of those hotels. The hotels aren't great. Luxor doesn't really put you in a nice room, but it's free, just not on the weekend. Don't try to book on the weekend because they black those dates out, but it's free. So it's okay. Just get in there. Oh, here we go. Cam Hawkins in the chat. I was at a Plucker's restaurant sitting next to his family when Paul London got eliminated. People cheered and they were good sports. Oh, that's fantastic. That's amazing. Cam,
did the family cheer? Did they cheer? They were like, oh, I feel like they'd be worried. That spot looked so tough.
He got out of it. He moved his neck out of the way.
I mean, yeah, sure.
Allegedly, he got heat for it. So there's that.
Mm-hmm. Well, everyone gets heat for everything back then.
That's true. Try to get over, brother. How dare you? By having good showing in your 5
By nearly killing yourself on a clothesline bump out of the Rumble.
It's just what happens. That's just what happens. Oh, there it is.
Pile driver finisher has taken the last spot in the ITW Rumble.
Like a true troll that he is, pile driver finisher comes in at number 30. Is anyone going to try for number 31? By the way, can we stop that? It's every year. Every year it's then the lights go out and there's a 10-second count. 31 and out comes, and this year it's The Rock. Can we please stop? Can we please stop with that? Until it happens this year and it's AJ Lee.
No one does the 31 bit. You gotta stop.
Every year, inevitably I hear someone, some podcaster or some person.
You listen to the wrong podcast, people.
I listen to so much shit. I listen to somebody inevitably say, and then the lights go down, and number 31 is blank, and I'm like, stop it. Yeah. Cam saying that Paul London's fans were like, oh well.
You listen to the wrong stuff.
It's true. I do. I listen to I listen to this show.
Fair.
Then the lights go down in 3, 2, 1. Number 31, Shane McMahon.
Oh, okay. All right.
Now we're talking.
Oh, the
people were talking about a 40-person Rumble. Yeah, I mean, listen, they once upon a time they did this. They ain't doing it this year.
If you watch the last episode of FMC, Sean Ross Sapp showed up because I don't know, he's bored, I guess. And I asked him on air, I was like, what is this 40-person Royal Rumble? He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, Jordan Grace and Chelsea Green both said this. They both thought there was this 40-person Royal Rumble. I didn't pull this out of thin air. 2 WWE superstars, one reportedly, allegedly signed, the other, the reigning Women's United States champion, both said that they heard talks of a 40-person Royal Rumble. And Sean's like, they probably just got fooled by like a fake engagement account. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. So we actually debunked this on air on the final episode of FMC of how this happened.
And then we called Jordan Grace and we said, happy birthday to your mother. It's a 30-person Royal Rumble. Stop it. And we called Chelsea Green. We said, all hail to the Queen of Canada and the US. And we said, it's a 30-person Royal Rumble. And they both said thank you and went about their days. Sean should do the junket with Chelsea and be like, quick, how many people are in the Royal Rumble this year?
I think Chelsea's doing the junket. So
she is. She does every junket. She rules for that. She's effectively taken over for Natty for that. She's just ready. And then it's not a shot at Natty. Natty was at every single junket. And now it looks like Chelsea's like, yeah, put me out there. She loves to chit chat. She's fantastic at that stuff. I see her everywhere. Shout out to Chelsea Green taking every opportunity imaginable. Does the Netflix like gimmicks and does like the sports Bible. I saw her doing the red flag, green flag one, and that was funny as hell. Yeah, man, go have fun with it. Be the entertainer that you are. Do it. I kill for those opportunities. Shout out to Nick Khan, basically saying we're excited for Jordan Grace, new WWE signee.
We're excited for Jordan Grace, but she's not going to be in the Rumble because it's her mother's birthday.
It's her mom's birthday. I personally sent flowers to her. Here's the receipt. Put it on my Twitter that I don't have.
30 is about 404. I just would say 435, 43 and a half in Canada.
That's exactly how you should frame it. Yeah, it's a 40-person Royal Rumble in Canada.
435. You think they got that many people for a Rumble?
Pardon?
435 people. You think they can do that many for a Rumble?
So remember they used to do the Rumble like by the numbers?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you know that. Yeah, you've seen this. This is a little thing they would run.
Yeah, did they not do that on Raw this year?
I haven't seen it yet. Maybe they'll run one tonight, but normally they do one for the whole week of the Rumble. So not this year. If they did, we didn't see it, and I watch Netflix internationally, so I don't get commercials. Anyway, point being, they did a stat every year that was how many people have been in the Rumble throughout all time. I think there were over 500 last time I remember it. So you could get there. Some people no longer work for the company, but
they could bring in all the WWE ID people. Like there's 400. Just the whole PWI 500. They just bring them all in.
What's Effie doing here with an egg?
Joey Janela is fuming at this. Fuck, 435 people? Joey Janela is going to do this now. He's like, you know what? That's not a bad idea. Let's try Let's go for 435.
He's walking to the ring taking names and being like 397 Brett Ryan Gosling.
Joey's like texting people and like, where are you at? Can you show up? You got 3 personalities, bring them all in there. We'll just do multiple things. They'll have every iteration of Kane. Here's cocaine. Here's blue cane. Here's red cane. Here's cocaine variant number 2. Here's Jeremy Spokane. Like, I'll just do all of them.
Here's insane in the mem cane. Oh God. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how it's going to work out. He's going to call it the Mean Street Posse and just be like, that's 3 of you. That's 3 more than I had before.
Just all of them. Just they can do 435. Challenge to you, Joey Janela. 435 person Royal Rumble. Make it happen.
I like this idea. 2K should have the option to have as many entrants as you want.
Oh, that would actually rule.
There's a sprite count though. Eventually you crash the game. So they'd have to figure out how that works out.
Yeah, they'd have to I get it'd be that, and like you can't have so many in the ring at one time because right now it's like limited. I think you get up to 8 in the ring, but you can't do more than that. So you'd have like the clock would be on a delay until somebody gets eliminated.
Yeah, I remember that No Mercy used to do that. You can only have so many people, and then they would just delay the clock. You have to wait until someone gets eliminated to bring them in.
No Mercy was only like 4 at a time, right? You can only have like 4
I think you could change that though. You could have like a more than 30-person rumble and more than 4 people at a time. I feel like you could change that, but I don't know. Again,
I feel like Fire Pro should have this option. Fire Pro's got pretty deep customization, so they should have this option to where you can do a 435 person Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I could see that. Well, how funny would it be if Jordynne Grace isn't actually in the Rumble?
Well, then she would be honorable and truthful, and we'd have no choice but to respect it.
That's true, we would. But then some people would, be very upset.
Well, people are going to be upset regardless, Like
that's true. My God. Well, eventually Paul London is scheduled to show up for us.
We hope so.
He's running on that WST, that Wrestler Standard Time, which typically is early. You must have that West Coast thing going.
Yeah.
I get it. What should we touch on real quick since we have a few minutes? We haven't really talked about Dynamite. I'm going to be honest. I did watch it.
You hated it.
It's not that I hated it. It's just there wasn't much to go on. Mercedes had the main event match. There was no doubt in anyone's mind that Yuka was going to put on a great match, but that Mercedes was going to win. The first hour was a bunch of beatdowns. They did the Hangman and Swerve stuff seems interesting. Hangman looking for people. He's trying to find Swerve. Instead, he finds MJF. Like that has some legs to it. I'm hoping that they do something with it. There was, like the wrestling was good. Is someone saying, Louis saying, like not much happened, but the wrestling was good. It's kind of what it was. They did the Jeff Jarrett match with Claudio. They almost did the Claudio slips on a banana peel, but no, the rest of the Death Riders had to come out and incapacitate Jeff Jarrett because it takes 4 men to take out Jeff Jarrett. And
got ruled.
And then Wheeler Yuta has a match against Jay White, and no one cares about Jay White, but Jay White gets the win anyway. And it looks like we're getting closer to either Jay White versus Mox at Grand Slam Australia or some form of multi-person tag at Grand Slam Australia with the Death Riders versus like FTR, Cope, and Jay White, which at that point is like, well, that's a very collision 8-man tag. So yeah, I don't know. They got to start doing something with it because the rest of the show was just kind of there. They talked about the Hurt Business in passing with that little promo that they ran after running a promo before it and after it. It was just, I was like, are they not going to touch on the tag champs? And then the next segment was that, and it was them backstage with the titles and saying we're going to beat everyone. It's like, okay, that's pretty standard fodder. And then the Mariah May stuff, that kind of felt kind of heatless. It kind of felt like she sucked the heat out of it, which I don't love.
She did exactly what she should have done. And this was my point when I discussed the segment on Monday of why do this so early? Because if I'm Mariah May, I'm like, cool, I've beaten Timeless Tony Storm. You've given me now 2 weeks to prepare for Timeless Tony Storm, a person that I have already beaten. So guess what's going to happen? I'm going to beat you again, and I'm going to end your story again. And everybody's like, oh, guess that's true. That makes a lot of sense. That's why I didn't know the point of doing it that early. Again, great segment, but it just felt early, and Mariah May reacted how she should have reacted logically. And sadly, the logic reaction isn't exactly a great wrestling reaction.
Yeah, exactly. She came out and said exactly what she needed to say. I'm not afraid of you. I've beaten you. Why would I be afraid of that? Because you're nothing to me. I'm going to do it again in Australia on your home turf. And, you revealed yourself. Now what? I honestly would have put this promo, if you're going to run it, put it on Collision. And I would have had a Tony Storm match this past Wednesday. I would have had a Timeless Tony Storm returns to the ring match. And that would have been a moment. That would have been something that people enjoyed. Instead, we had to have the Huntsville but replace the H with a C, which, like, when she came out, I have to be honest, the first thing I thought of was, how is she going to make the word cunt out of this? And I swear to God, I'm watching it and she says it and I'm like, oh, that's how she did it. Good for her. But otherwise, it's a segment that existed. I'm hoping that over the next couple of weeks, they bring the heat back. It feels like the way to do it is to have Toni Storm go after Mariah May and put Mariah May on the offensive, or sorry, on the defensive. But I don't know what they're going to do because Mariah May was like, I beat you. I'm going to beat you again. And here we go. That's it.
Well, they've got Mariah, or they've got Toni doing something on Collision, right? They announced that.
Yeah. She's going to be out there.
Yeah. So she's going to cut a good promo. I have no doubt about that. She'll get some of the heat back on this whole thing. So I trust Toni with that. It's just, again, logically, I don't know why she did it so soon. And I don't know if Toni can give a logical explanation, but she's going to say some cool things about shoving Mariah up her womb and slapping her tits around, and people are going to pop for it. So
sure. It's yeah, like I said, it was something that had a lot of potential, is having a rough week. I'm not going to throw it out and be like it's over, it's going to suck, but they've got some lifting to do to get there. So I understand, like Henry's saying, it feels like AEW is obligated to do 10 out of 10 episodes, and when they don't, people bury them. It's not so much that, it's just that there was the 2.5 rule that I talk about often, right? That was a big Kevin Dunn thing, and I know people feel how they do about Kevin Dunn, but the idea creatively was always you give them 2.5 things to remember and talk about, 2.5 talking points coming out of a show. And this week didn't really feel like they gave you 2.5 things to really talk about. Jeff Jarrett got, and if they did, it was mostly jokey joke. Jeff Jarrett had to be incapacitated by 3 other guys to get beat.
Yeah, ruled.
Like that's a thing, and like we're joking about it. Mercedes Moné had the main event. She won. She retained her TBS title. The finish was never in doubt. And then what's the other thing? Like, what was the other thing that people really latched onto from the episode? The Mariah May
Will
and
the
stuff. Yeah.
Kenny got beat down again.
Yeah. And that was after they got the upper hand last week and made the challenge for Grand Slam Australia. And again, Ospreay and Cage was really good. Like, I'm not taking away from any of the wrestling in the show. There was some strong wrestling matches. Just felt like the results were never in doubt, which is a very 1980s wrestling show type of format where you had all the baby faces win and everyone went home and cut a promo and that was it. The Hangman Swerve and MJF stuff, that was probably the strongest, and that was 45 seconds. So it's not that I'm expecting 10 out of 10. It's never that. But what I am expecting is the opportunity to see a strong show. Speaking of strong shows, Maria Kanellis-Bennett just tweeted out, "This is my last day with AEW. Mike still works there. We have kids." There you go.
She also said she gave her booking for emails. She says, I'm in Indianapolis this weekend. I have several appearances over the next several months. I start a master's degree program at University of Illinois in March. Follow along as she starts her florist journey. Is the master's degree in floristry? I assume so. Well, she's starting the program, so I assume it is. She gives the link. It is the Wild Stems on Instagram. It looks like. Good for Maria. Wishing her the best. I really do like her and Mike, and Matt Taven is also part of that whole grouping. I've interviewed Matt Taven, had great conversation with him, but Maria is very special in wrestling. She's someone who started off in a world where people just kind of downplayed her and underappreciated her, and she has spent a lot of time becoming a very prominent backstage voice in women's wrestling, and someone who just people trust. She's got something, and it sucks to see her leave AEW. Again, she wasn't given a fair shake in my opinion with a lot of this stuff, but it is what it is. Today's her last day. It is January 31st, so whatever deal she had has wrapped up. Good to see that Mike is still there. Hopefully they take advantage of that as well. She's been through a lot with the health issues as well. You know, she had the tumor. It was a mass on her adrenal gland, and she had to get that removed. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce this word because I will get it wrong. But fortunately, like, everything ended up being okay with her. And I know she underwent the surgery and then she got readmitted because she was in like a lot of pain and everything. Unfortunately, everything turned out to be okay. This was the end of last year where all of this happened, but fortunately she turned out to be okay with everything, and just hopefully she's in good health. That's the most important thing. It seems like she's doing well. Good luck to her with the starting the master's degree. That's way more difficult than professional wrestling.
And I do hope that she spends a little time talking, doing some interviews. And I'm not saying like giving the salacious detail. No, it's not that. I hope she talks about her time in AEW, the positive times that she had and the good experiences that she had and the opportunity she had to hopefully influence the women's division and the way women's creative was in AEW and in Ring of Honor. Because she definitely did some stuff. She definitely worked hard back there. And I think that's worth noting. So all the best to her and to everyone around her. So good to note. Going back to the Dynamite stuff, Henry's saying it wasn't a shot at me. It's just general that people
take shots at Joel.
Take shots. Yeah, that's fine. People taking shots at AEW, not giving 100% every week. And that's the thing. I don't think you're taking shots at me. I just wanted to point out the idea that some people go a little too hard with it, but I do think that there is merit to the argument that like if a show just isn't strong, you can point that out. And we've done the same thing when it comes to other shows. Like we've said with SmackDown, with Raw, with NXT, with TNA, like where we try to be as honest as we can. I know not everyone does that, but when the show isn't good, there's not much to say. And this just felt like an episode of Dynamite.
No, if a show's not good, there's a lot to say because then we can, make fun of it and things. This show was just kind of bland. Yeah. Like it wasn't bad. Stuff happened. There's just not a whole lot to go on. Like, all right, Don Callis family beat down again. Death Riders did things again. Dax Harwood is like,
oh, why'd you get in the way of my friend? I love Dennis Condrey. I'm gonna have a fight inside of him, and I love that you went after the Rock and Roll Express. You can't go over the Rock and Roll Express. I love the Rock and Roll Express. My friends Cope and the Rock and Roll Express and Dennis Condrey. You cross the line, Death Riders, and I like what you're doing, Death Riders. I love what you're doing. I love AEW, and I love you, Death Riders. But you can't go after my friends, so we're gonna fight.
That part popped me where he's like, I got no problem with what you're doing. It's like, what? Then what are we doing out here if you don't have a problem with it?
What is a Mid-South street fight? What is fine? What are we doing? It's just
poor Yuta. They put that graphic on the screen. It's like, oh boy, wonder who's going to take the pinfall in this match.
John Moxley. No, it's okay, Yuta. You've done enough. I'm going to lose this one.
Yeah, I'm with Louis. Like, I prefer really bad over just okay. I say that all the time. It's like, oh, cool. 3-star match, 4-star match. There's a million of those. Give me like the 7-star classic or give me the -5-star shit fest because that's the stuff that I care about.
Absolutely. That's fair. Yeah, exactly. Matthew Hook saying it feels like AEW is in a creative reset to me. And so we made the joke because the reporting from Fightful Select was Tony Khan has been more in the weeds lately. Shout out to us. You're welcome, Tony. The offer still stands. Or Nick, it could be in Khan's weeds. I don't care. One of you have to take us up on it. But it's the football season's over for definitely for the Jags. So it's not like Tony has to worry about
the draft is coming up.
He doesn't. What's he gonna put on the neck brace, Tony? Let's go. Like, come on. It's not a lot. Yeah, that was the thing. Yeah. So he's going to be more involved for the next little while, which is great. I hope that he does stay involved because sometimes Tony can knock it out of the park with his team. So that being said, if this is a creative reset, they still have some resetting to do. They're like, they press the button 50%. I think it's time to push it up maybe to 75 for certain stories. MJF and Jeff Jarrett should have a song and dance battle. I do agree.
That would rule. I'm
telling you, man, just put together the tag team. I'm waiting for it.
I'm checking on Paul London.
I hope he's okay. Yeah, Fulham's still playing, but like, how much does he really care? But yeah, the Dynamites are Dynamites. The collisions have been better. This just was an episode. TNA was the same way this week. Like the episode last night was the most important thing that happened was Eric Young turned again, and he inherited Sinner and Saint. Good for him. So now Josh Alexander and Eric Young are probably gonna have a match, and that'll probably be Eric Young's last match, and Eric Young will beat Josh Alexander, and that'll be that. So why not? Macklin left the building before anything even happened, so he couldn't even help out. So there's some stories going on, but otherwise, Ali is going after the world title. Santana is going after the world title. The two are going to eventually clash. It's going to be fine. It's just TNA is also just, they had an episode. Joe Hendry appeared on screen and was just like, I'm giving a concert next week, and I'm like, that sucks, but okay.
Yeah, the Joe Hendry stuff. Okay. I think we're gonna reschedule Paul London for next week. So yeah, it's been, not that we couldn't go a little bit long, but we had to do ITW Rumble stuff. We're already, they know our show ends at noon, even though we do go long. I don't like to, unless the guest is here, then we'll obviously go long, but we never plan to go long or anything like that. And next week, we're 5 days, so he'll be on to promote SuperFight. SuperFight's next week anyway, so it'll all work out. So I'll let everybody know this is my bad. You know what? I'm gonna take ownership of this one.
Was this, why? Was it a time thing? A time standard time?
No. They know it's Eastern. I'm taking ownership of this because on Wednesday I got cocky, Joel.
Oh, I was gonna say this. I didn't want to say it.
No, I'll say it.
All right.
Usually we don't promote the guest until like day of or until like they're actually here because we get a little bit worried. But on Wednesday, at the end of the show, I was like, we could promote Paul London. MLW is good with us. Like, we could promote Paul London. So we promoted it, and look what happened. So I jinxed it. This is my fault. I'll take full ownership of this one. My bad, everybody. Hopefully we'll get Paul London on next week.
This is what happened. This has only happened one other time with MLW, and they made good with us. That's when they had Court join.
Oh yeah, that was when Court showed up. Yeah.
Because it was supposed to be Gene Snitsky, and then Snitsky was unavailable at the last minute. There was some mix-up, and then Court joined us instead, which was great. And then we ended up getting Snitsky later, and one hell of an interview. Go back and watch that one.
Yeah, that rules.
he's in the shop that he like co-owns.
Yeah.
And we're just talking about this shit there. And then he's reading, oh God, I'll never forget.
Yeah, he's reading the rundown there.
The one sheeter with all the information. He's like, yeah, you can catch MLW Fusion on YouTube. That was fantastic. But yeah, it's fun talking to the MLW talent because they love it. They love the show, and it's fun. It's good. Hashtag Jeremy is wrong. There you go. It's happened.
I'm in contact with MLW and just getting things all straight up. My bad, everybody.
All good. I'm sure that the questions that I'm asking are just as good now as they were then. Although it's going to be after the Rumble, so I can. Should I tell you what my Rumble question is? Because now
what was it?
So if you watch Paul London in the Rumble, it's not long. Only one person keeps going after him, and that's Mark Jindrak. Like, what did Mark Jindrak do to you? They had one match in 2004 on a Velocity. Is this like Jindrak trying to get his win back? Like, what are we doing here?
We can still ask that.
I probably will.
Yeah, we can still ask that because it's after the Rumble, but it's still timely.
I'm gonna preface this with just like, I want to talk about the 2005 Royal Rumble and see if he gets a look on his face. Just be like, not that. I want to ask you about Mark Jindrak. We'll see what he has to say because it's just a silly, stupid question. Yeah, the Snitsky interview, that it was a hoot. Again, we get some characters on our show.
Yeah.
Check out the interview from Wednesday with Filthy Tom Lawler. You want to talk about characters on the show?
Yeah, I'm doing some transcriptions for that because nothing needs to run until next week anyway, and it's a busy couple of days with all Rumble media and whatnot. But I got a lot of fun stuff out of that. Tom Lawler was fantastic. So I'm just doing the headline, like nothing on me fits inside of a Pringles can. It's literally one line, but I'm like, this headline rules.
He even told you to use it as a headline. So
yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, and that's the thing, Tanner, is that everyone asks Paul London about that elimination. And for those who haven't seen it, right, Gene Snitsky does the lariat off the apron. Paul London goes in and out, and he lands on the floor face first. Everyone has asked him about it. Maven's made a video about how Paul London had heat for it, and suddenly say his name and he appears. So Paul London is here. After all of that, he has appeared. Paul, are you ready for us now? You can give us a thumbs up and we can get you on. My God. All right. Well, I wasn't prepared for this, but I was at the same time. He's going to face Brett Ryan Gosselin at MLW SuperFight 6 in a honey trap match live in Atlanta. It's next Saturday, February 8th at Center Stage in Atlanta, and it's also available live on YouTube. We welcome to the show the one and only Mr. London Fu. Paul London joins us this morning. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, thank you. I'm so sorry for my tardiness. I was up all night, and I'm you catching me as fresh as possible.
Are you okay? That's the first most important question.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I just don't sleep, and so sometimes I'll have a daydream. And then next thing I know, I'm in a coma. So,
well, glad you're all right. No, you're fine. You're fine. I was messaging with. Well, thank you for joining us. I was messaging with MLW PR and just trying to get things straight. And we were planning to reschedule, but you're here, and we'll
no. And I was messaging Sean, like, or I emailed him. I think at like 3 a.m. I was like, I think I need the link for 5 hours from now.
Well, we appreciate it. You probably caught the tail end of that conversation
I did. It was good timing. I was coming in, and you guys were talking about the honey trap match and when I'm going to end up tarring and feathering BRG. At least that was the thought process behind it. It was like, how can I publicly shame this idiot? Right. So it's funny. I just got the PR. Hey, can we reschedule? Yeah,
we did. Here you are.
We'll do a number 2. So, I think it was the idea that we can't bring in poisonous tar gases to Center Stage Studio. So I thought, well, honey would be a good annoying alternative. I mean, I don't want honey in this hair while I still have it. I don't. Although Manuka honey would be a good face routine, nobody wants to be doused in honey.
Well, that was my first question: is what kind of honey are we using? Is this like organically sourced? Like, is it legitimate honey from a farm, or is it just like great value honey from Walmart? Like, what are we doing here?
Oh no, we're not going to do great value from Walmart. Nothing against Walmart, great value. Okay, but I also don't know what the look. If it's up to me, I've been scouting honeycombs and various hives in the area. I've been inviting bee stings just to continue my training and mental preparation. Personally, I would prefer Manuka honey. It's got the most healing properties, but it's very expensive. So I'm not exactly sure what the budget is for this honey trap match. I mean, who knows? It might be one of those honey bear things that people make bongs out of. It might be one of those things just on the apron. I have no idea. But maybe I know everything about what's going on and I just can't say it. I don't know. But I know that it's going to be a sticky situation for Mr. Gosselin. And how dare he imitate the name of an actor that I admire? Because BRG, if he was in Drive, he would have been offed in like probably the first scene, I think, in the hotel room. So, he handcuffed me in the Texas Tornado match. And I have some markings on my wrist from that because I wasn't expecting it. And then I got handcuffed twice. So I didn't think, I was going to be handcuffed in a Texas Tornado match from somebody who wasn't even in the match, but I should have known better. And that's part of why it's either him or me. One of us is going to get shamed publicly and look like a poor man's version of the Hawks mascot. So we'll see.
You know, BRG's his real name. Like Brett Ryan Gosling is his real name.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. I had no idea. I thought he was trying to be like a RVD, BRG, or really?
Yes,
well,
we learned that he was actually on this show, and we asked him that too. It was like, was this done for Ryan Gosling? He's like, no, this is my actual name. So
well, you know what? Then I respect him more. I give him I respect him more because from one person who is gifted and born with a name that people think is a stage name to another person who I certainly thought it was some mark out name. Well, then my respect for BRG just went up about 0.5%. We're talking full grams here. So, good for him. I hope people call it to him like we just did. We're like, hey, is that a real name? Because I get asked that all the time. Is Paul under your own name? And then they want me to pull up my ID, and then they try to steal it, and then I grab them, and I turn their necks, and they stop breathing. So, no, BRG, huh? Okay. That's your real name.
Named after Brett Hull. Yes, that's how that whole thing.
Hockey player?
Yeah, hockey player. Yes.
God, could you imagine being named after a hockey player?
What a shaming hockey.
Okay, well.
And this one over here is a Canadian, so
yeah, I was gonna say there are
two kids
in my building. Two kids in my building.
Why aren't we being named after curling champions? You know what I mean?
Right.
We're the curlers.
USA won curling a few years ago, so
yeah, we should have some curling names on the way. You know what I mean? Demetrius, Xander. These are all great curling names. Curly.
Just Curly the curler.
Yeah, Curly the curler. Next thing we know, he's going to be running to attack me in MLW. Old Curly. And we're going to get Major League Mo, and then we'll have Major League Larry. This is just getting ridiculous, right? So, I think we already have that in the Andersons.
There it is. So hold on. You mentioned the name thing and people not believing that your name is your name. First of all, that happened to me this morning when I told my wife, who was not a wrestling fan, that we were going to have you on the show. So his real name's Paul London. What's that like? And I was like, anyway, here's my actual question. I'm going to bring up something from your Instagram just to prove, yes, that is your name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Columbia House.
Okay, now tell us about what you've been getting off of Columbia House back in the day.
Who didn't do Columbia House? Come on, you get 10 CDs for like a penny or something like that, and then you're like, nah, I don't think I'm gonna pay this. And you get 10 CDs for like a penny. Yeah, Columbia House. I think there was another one too. But kids watching this may not understand, but we used to order physical music and other things. I just ordered a bunch of DVDs last night. But yeah, Columbia House was kind of a rite of passage. Like if you hadn't ripped them off, then you really weren't being a teen or a young adolescent toying with your future and going to prison over Columbia music or whatever. I think I'm trying to remember. I think I bought like Snoop Dogg's first CD in that hall. Doggy Styles or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, Doggy Style.
Yep.
What a great name for a dog grooming place too. You know what I mean? Doggy Style with a Z.
Well, yeah, the new one, Missionary, just came out the past couple of months.
That's a dog grooming place called Missionary?
No, that would be fantastic as well. That's the name of Snoop Dogg's new album.
I don't listen to Snoop anymore. He's a sellout.
Fair.
Yep.
I'd rather buy a Martha Stewart CD.
What DVDs did you order? Now I'm very curious of what DVDs you just ordered.
Kung Fu: The Legend Continues. The complete series. Blind Fury. Rucker Hauer. What did I get? I almost got Sequest, but I didn't because I'm a big Jonathan Brandis fan. Rest in peace. What else did I get? Love Object, starring Desmond Harrington. And here's my white whale for anyone out there. Prayer of the Roller Boys with Corey Haim and Patricia Arquette. I mean, this film, not movie. Prayer of the Roller Boys. Yes, these bad guys are on inline skates and they're tough. And we're not talking Airborne here. That's a great movie as well. But Prayer of the Roller Boys. Roller Boys. How cool are people on inline skates? And
I'm for this.
rollerblades. 94, 1995, 94. Yeah.
Gotta check this out.
Oh, it's awesome. The previews ridiculous. I want to remake this movie.
Oh, don't get us started on remaking movies. We've been on that bit for a long time.
Oh, dude, BRG would be the perfect adversary. Like he looks like one of the bad guys in this.
Yeah, he's gonna try and close the local ski chalet.
Yeah.
We want to remake. We want to remake Mac and Me, but it's called Mac and Me. Yeah,
Mac in Me. That's the porn version.
Yeah.
He got it.
Yeah. You knew what we were talking about.
Paul London immediately understands.
Yeah, are you kidding me? I'm trying to look for my I have a copy of Mac and Me right here somewhere. No, I really do.
I believe it.
It's a great movie. We just want to make a different version of that.
Force 5. Can't really see it. Force 5. This is another really good one. I just picked this one up yesterday. It's got some nice martial arts action. Force 5. Sorry, the glare. Yeah, but I know I had Mac and Me around here somewhere. I literally just picked it up not too long ago. It's one of my absolute favorites. Dang it. I got Howard the Duck. Yeah, I can't find Mac and Me, but it's Mac and Me's amazing. Howard the Duck is cool too. It was actually the first ever Marvel movie.
Is that true? Wait,
yeah. Look it up. It started the Marvel universe.
Broken my brain with this. I'm gonna have to research this. I believe it. I gotta get the lore now.
Howard the Duck. That's right.
Speaking of movies and movie stars,
you've been teaming Jeffrey Jones. Sorry.
You're fine. You've been teaming with Paul Walter Hauser, and he's talked about how you two were training together as well. And you sounds like you've kind of pushed him towards the wrestling stuff. I don't know how true that is, but what's it been like working with Paul Walter Hauser on screen and behind the scenes?
Oh man, Paul's great. He's one of my dear friends. I was bummed he moved. Actually, we'll be right in his backyard now when we're in an ATL. It's been fun, man. I became a fan of his after I saw Richard Jewell because I'm a huge Sam Rockwell fan, and so I went to see Sam Rockwell, and I was like, man, this lead is really good. Like, who is this guy? And I just kept following his career and finding out where he lived. And then I would hide in the trees and I would get my binoculars and I would, study his family's patterns of, when they woke up and when they went to sleep and what they ate. And then I planned a chance encounter where I bumped into him by accident outside of Fredericks of Hollywood. and we just hit it off. No, I was a fan of his, but we had a mutual friend who's an old roommate of mine who I also train. He's a comic and a private pilot. I don't know that he's going to pursue wrestling like Paul has, but anyways, he put us in touch, and Paul, I guess, he knew who I was, which was always kind of flattering. And then we started training early last year, and he just had all this knowledge already. Like, I didn't have to break it down like I do, week one students that I have at my academy. He had all this referencing points of wrestlers that I could, list off, and he knew who I was talking about, which is rare with a lot of wrestlers today. Young wrestlers, you try to tell them about territory wrestling, and they don't know what you're talking about, or they think, oh, it's boring, and so he's like the friend that I always wanted in high school when everyone was making fun of me for loving wrestling. I was like, why can't anyone else love wrestling? And he's just become one of my best friends, one of my dearest friends. And people were like, what are you doing in wrestling? Like, why are you doing this? Like, you're a big actor. You're risking your career, and you're having a laugh at us, and we take this seriously. I know that was Brock Anderson's big gripe, him and CW. They're like, oh, this isn't your world. But it's no different than, Kevin Bacon and the Bacon Brothers in a band. It's like, he's not acting every single day. So if the guy wants to take some matches and see where he's at and see what he's made of, why not? Let him live. Like, I love what he's doing. I thought he was one of the best parts of that Texas Tornado match, especially this big rolling cannonball off the apron. He knocked down the Andersons like bowling pins. So he gets better every time I see him. My biggest thing with him is just don't take any bookings if your instincts are telling you it's not, you shouldn't do it. You know what I mean? And then I say that, and then he ends up in these death matches, and so I'm like, what are you? Then I'm like, what are you doing?
He just wants the full experience. That's all.
Yeah, honestly. But I'm really excited for him. He's got this Chris Farley thing on the horizon, and I think he's actually wrestling Joey Janela the night before, on the 7th. I think he's got Joey Janela this a week from today. Possibly, in Seattle, I think. Or
yeah, that's at Defy. Yeah.
Defy, yeah. So as tired as I'm pretending to be right now, I'm sure he's going to be. But he's used to it. He flies all over the place. He's used to it. I can only hope to have that kind of scheduling issue. So. But before I forget, do you mind if I talk to y'all about this special project my brother and I are putting out?
Oh, go for it.
Yeah, of course. Go for it.
So we're putting out our comic book. It's called Hero of the Prophecy. If you check out herooftheprophecy.com, that'll give you all the roundabout information about the artists that we use and the story that we're bringing to your very hands, because the book is very beautiful. I'm not a comic book guy. I used to be when I was a kid, but now I just read adult magazines for the articles. But I still like comic books. I love them. I grew up. I wanted to be Wolverine when I was a kid. Who didn't want to be Logan? And Snicked and all that stuff, and I still call people Bub. But yeah, it's Hero of the Prophecy. If you're a fan of Three Amigos and Galaxy Quest and stories along those lines where people are put in situations that they're completely unqualified for, and they freak out, then that's me. I'm playing a version of myself, or it's based on me, a version of myself that I hope never quite happens. And I'm down and out on my luck, and I get transported to this world that's in major overhaul from this evil wizard, and they come across this artifact that he's looking for to take over the whole world and the whole galaxy. And this young wizard, or this young wizard owl of the owl tribe of mystics, finds this thing and comes across one of my wrestling matches and thinks that I'm the savior of their world, and then brings me in, and you can kind of figure out where it goes from there. But I had a hand in helping write the dialogue, which was a little challenging because the artwork was already set in. So then I had to kind of go back and think, okay, well, this isn't, how do we make this funnier or more wrestling related? So, because I can only imagine, people who are police officers, they watch movies with cop stuff and they're like, yeah, I would never do that, whatever. I think it's similar when wrestling fans read wrestling related stuff and they're like, nah, I don't know. Nah, I don't think this person's really a wrestling fan. So anyway, yeah, Hero of the Prophecy. Sorry. No, that's all. That's my big spiel for pulling the cobwebs out of my eyes and out of my ass.
No, it's great. Go to herooftheprophecy.com. Check it out. I just checked out the website. It goes to a Kickstarter that has some of the art on there. Check it out.
Yes.
Please do. It's been 20 years since the 2005 Royal Rumble. I know everyone immediately asked about the question about the bump, and that's not where I'm going. I have a more important question. Important question. Why was Mark Jindrak going after you for the entire time you were in the Rumble?
What?
The dude was only going after you. I watched
it.
Are you sure? Yeah.
It wasn't Renee.
It's just Mark Jindrak just going after you. He keeps trying to eliminate you, keeps trying to beat you down. But was it payback for something? You guys had a velocity match. What happened? Why is Mark Jindrak suddenly going after your ass?
Because he was threatened by my abs at the time. He was this is pre-Reflection of Perfection, I think, or it might have been around that time. I'd have to watch it back because I honestly, I don't remember that at all. And I'd probably get a kick out of it because I really like Mark. He's one of my favorite people ever. I mean, he's just so fun to be around. And I thought you were confusing with Renee at first because Yeah, I believe it now. It's starting to come back to me. I think I did something with Viscera as well. Because he was the biggest guy in the match at the time, and I was like, nobody's going to Viscera. I should do something. But the Mark Jindrak thing, actually, I have the Rumble on DVD. I found it for like $3 at some DVD bin, so I'll have to watch that back because I've been messaging with Jindrak recently. He's moved back to the States. And so, he would be a lot of fun in MLW. Personally speaking, I could use some backup for guys, I mean, I love having Paul at my side, but it would help to have some size with us because we're talking BRG, we're talking the Andersons, we're talking Bobby Fish. Who am I missing out of their group of clowns? That's all of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And I really like the Andersons. I like Brock. I'm a huge Arn fan. Arn was one of my favorite agents. But boy, I have got to turn the tides in this honey trap match because I have had some stinkers. And so we'll see what happens. No bees will be harmed in the making of this.
In a honey trap match, it feels like it's going to be tough to almost have a bad match because everyone just wants to see the honey being everywhere.
Yeah.
That's true.
And it's a sweet match regardless.
It is a sweet match. My goal is to hopefully by the end of this, BRG will look like Nicolas Cage in Wicker Man, and he'll be like, "Whatever, fucking all your honey, no, not the bees, not the bees." And I'll just ask Kevin Owens, ask Kevin Steen how that feels. I poured honey on his face after a PWG match. And he said it just like engulfed him and like suffocated him and blinded him at the same time. Like, I think the lid came off or something, but this big glob just went.
You honeyboarded him.
I'm sorry?
You honeyboarded him.
I did. Yeah, that's basically it. I honeyboarded old Kevin Owens. And, I mean, he was game up until it suffocated him. So that was like the most. Yeah, I basically did honeyboard him. I'm like an eco-terrorist. I probably shouldn't. I'm just incriminated myself.
You've already admitted to stalking Paul Walter Hauser over here. Now you're an eco-terrorist. This interview is going to be used in court. I don't know. We're going to get.
Don't worry about it.
All right. Before we get you out of here, we have a game that we play on the channel. It's called Partner, Promo, or Punch in the Face. I'm giving you 3 names. That's right. I give you 3 names. You're going to pick out of the 3 names which one you want to partner with in a tag team match, promo with in the ring one-on-one on the microphone, and which one you want to punch in the face, have a singles match with. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, these are recent matches you've had. So BRG, of course, Blake Christian, and Kenta. Partner, promo, punch in the face.
Kenta, punch in the face. Blake Christian, promo. Yeah, you guys might be surprised, but BRG, partner.
Really?
Because I think he has a lot of talent. I think he has an immense amount of talent. I think unlike that one guy at AEW who had blonde hair and then cut it all off so that he could look more generic, BRG still has his. So hopefully it's just honey. I'm not looking to cut his hair off or anything. I'm just looking to humble the kid a little bit. You know, like I think he's got an immense amount of talent, like I said. But you know, gimmick wise, I think he's got a really big future. I mean, the kid's young, you know what I mean? I just don't want him to fall into the same non-honey traps that a lot of his peers do, you know? So I can't say I'm a big fan of a lot of young wrestlers that I see out there now. I think the attitude is what's getting in the way. And I look like a hypocrite because that was apparently the big stick on me. Whereas the difference is my attitude came from not wanting to be bullshitted by people, and my attitude came from frustration and feeling like a Lamborghini stuck in the garage the whole time when I worked there. That's where my attitude came from seeing lesser wrestlers and lesser talented people put on lipstick and get opportunities that I was trying to earn just based off of ability. So that was a huge eye-opener for me. The business has changed, but I can't say that it's changed in a great way because most of the matches still look like memorized bullshit, and very few real talents out there can go out there and literally just call it off the fly. And that's really kind of the essence of it, really, you know. I don't watch current wrestling. I don't watch it. It's insulting to my intelligence. And so I really obsess over the territory wrestling, you know, because that's the era where these guys fully believed it. They worked their own families, you know what I mean? So they fully believed it, and it shows. And I love watching it. I can watch any territory. I love it. Sorry, I just went off on a tangent on territory wrestling.
No, that's fine.
Check out Territory Marks, my other podcast.
Well, if you love this, then you're gonna love the Honey Trap match. It's gonna be Brett Ryan Gosselin, and it's gonna be Paul London. It's gonna be at MLW SuperFight 6. That's next Saturday, February the 8th, live at Center Stage in Atlanta, or live on YouTube. There are tickets still available, so go check that out. Before we let you go, Paul, you want to plug your stuff?
I kind of just forced it in on you guys already. I got herooftheprophecy.com, and we got this Honey Trap match coming up. There's I think I still have like 3 Christmas movies streaming, if you're looking to see some bad acting, or just some bad movies. No, I'm very grateful to MLW. They very much like Lucha Underground. When I was looking at kind of throwing in the towel and just like, what am I doing? They kind of they've really reinvigorated excitement and love. I'll always love professional wrestling. You can take the wrestler out of the ring, but you can never take the ring out of the wrestler. And I'm not as young as BRG, but mentally and enthusiastically, I feel just as young as that blonde boy. So that sounded kind of deliverance-y. Sorry. Yeah, I'm just grateful to MLW for keeping me afloat and giving me an opportunity to show some different sides, very much like Lucha Underground did. So I'm having a great time, but boy, I'd like to put out some better matches. So that's kind of my goal for 25 is not just, I don't want to just be some novelty act bullshit, like an attraction. I want to be that stuff too, but I think people will be surprised that I can actually still wrestle and out wrestle probably most of their favorites. That they're like, I love the way he dresses up like his favorite superhero. Sorry. I'm good. We're all good.
Jeremy, you want to take this home?
Oh, we appreciate you joining us. Get some sleep. Go into another
coma. Yeah, well, thanks. I'm gonna watch Mac and Me first. Have you guys seen the original? Have y'all seen the original ending of Mac and Me?
I have not. I've only seen whatever they show
real
on television.
Quick, before I go, will you look up the original ending on YouTube for Mac and Me, and you guys will be stunned. Mind you, the main boy in that movie is a phenomenal actor. I thought he did great. Shit.
Oh yeah, the alternate ending. Okay.
This is the original.
Really? Okay, I don't believe this. Come on. I'll let our listeners go and find out, because that's dark, man.
You got the Ronda Rousey glass kick there as well in the cop car.
The Alan Silvestri music. It feels like you're watching a spin-off of Predator.
Oh my gosh. Well, there you go. If you want to check out the very grim alternate ending on Mac and Me, you can Google, you can YouTube that, and there's plenty of versions that everybody can pull that up.
You're welcome. It gives you a different spin on Mac and Me, doesn't it?
Now we've got an alternate ending for our version as well. So there we go.
Boy, howdy. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, guys.
You take care.
Thank y'all so much. Sorry I came on late. Thanks for putting up with me.
Oh, you're fine. We appreciate it.
And get your honey.
Take care. Oh, the one and only Paul London. Fantastic conversation. Really do appreciate it when the fun people stop by and have good conversations. I'm all about it.
And I was proven correct. I take my apology back. Everybody delivered. Thank you.
You did deliver.
Glad we got that sorted out.
Second MLW wrestler in 2 interviews to take their opponent as their tag partner in partner promo punch in the face.
Yeah.
I didn't want to mention it on the air because then I think it would have turned into a whole other conversation in and of itself because you only have so much time in the day. That was fantastic though. That man has plenty of stories to tell. Love his reaction to the Jindrak stuff.
We're gonna get him an executive producer's credit on Mac and Me as well.
That's
I feel
true.
like he's got to help out with that.
I may have just gotten Mark Jindrak a booking in MLW.
Yeah. All right. We still got the ITW Rumble here.
Yes.
So,
by the way, yes, that was Paul London. You're both old. You and Paul are both getting older. That's how time works. Like I said, it has been 20 years since that infamous Rumble spot with Gene Snitsky, who, by the way, has also been on our show. So go check that out. Let's do the ITW Rumble and get out of here.
All right. We got the wheel. Everybody can see it right there. I'm loading up the names. We have 30 participants for the ITW Rumble. There we go. Look at all these names that we've got.
Let's go
over here. Okay. So now we're going to get the actual numbers here. All right. So number one, this is how we're doing it. I'm going to the number, spin the wheel, you get picked. That's your number. Okay. So here we go. Number one, we're going to spin it. Is the sound coming through or not?
Yeah, I can hear the clicking.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I didn't know if it was there or not. Oh, is it Lab Glass? Oh, it's Jay Hayes. It's number one. Okay. My result. Oh, good. It's just going to order it for me just like that. Nice. I don't actually have to do work on this thing. So that makes it even easier for me. All right. Number two. Here we go. Jay Hayes, you got number one. Could be a good number, you know? Number one is won a few times.
It's won 4 times.
There you go. Hey, you got to be the stats guy here. Richard Biggs, number two. You got number two, Richard Biggs. Still in order. Okay. Making sure this order entry over here is what I need. So that way I can just copy and paste this list and that I don't have to do any typing.
Number 2 has yielded 2 wins.
There you go. Bargov. Oh, it's Bargov. Bargov got number 3.
3 people have won from the number 3 position, so it could happen.
Oh, what was the numbers last year? Who won from what spot last year, Joel?
Cody Rhodes won from number 15.
Okay,
and then Bailey won from number 3.
There you go. Bailey. Lab Glass number 4.
Number 4 has yielded no victors.
Oh, sorry, Lab Glass. You're fucked.
Sorry. It's over.
All right, number 5. Who do we got here? It's going to be Jeremy Garski.
There's been 1 winner from the number 5 spots.
Who was it? You know?
I'm looking that up right now. Steve Austin in 1997.
Oh, all right.
Stone Cold.
All right, number 6. Let's see who we got here.
Nobody has ever won from number 6. This could be your year, Aaron.
Could be the year. Could be the year. Aaron Sadlow, number 6. All right, number 7. Do you hear the little woo at the end there?
Yeah. Perfect. Number 7 has yielded no victors. This is your year, XIII 13.
X3.
X3, as you've been told it's called.
All right, that's 7. Number 8.
1 person has won from the number 8 position.
Number 8 is going to be Chris Bordine.
I hope your favorite wrestler is Randall Keith Orton, who won in 2009 from the number 8 position.
We haven't talked about Orton. It feels like he's coming back this weekend, right?
I don't know. Sean had said that there's something else happening with him, but who knows? He's going to show up at AEW Dynasty, live from not St. Louis.
That's not Matthew. I think it's Matthew Hooks. Pretty sure that's Matthew Hooks.
What number was that?
That was number 9.
No one has won from the number 9 spot.
Okay. I'm pretty sure number 9 is Matthew Hooks. I wrote down just Matthew. I should clarify that in the post. I will put Matthew Hooks. Gray Streams, number 10.
1 person has won from the number 10 spot. It was the Rumble that I went to in 2019. Who was the winner? Seth freaking Rollins.
Oh, okay. Okay. He might win this year. Ken Bruno, number 11.
No one has ever won from the number 11 spot, so good luck, Ken.
First time for everything with this. What about the women's Rumble?
It's included. It's included.
Okay. Yep. Making sure. Oh, that looked right on the line. I don't know about that. That was pretty close to the line there. Tenruzzo might be able to file a complaint here.
Was that 11?
That was number 12.
Number 12 has yielded no winners anyway. Number 13 has yielded one.
All right, that's going to be Anthony Cruz at 13.
Hi-oh, Hacksaw Jim Duggan won from the number 13 position in
That doesn't
1988. I know, he just won money.
Yeah. Looks like Valub's going to get 14.
14 has yielded one winner. Who was that? Who was the winner from 14? Shinsuke Nakamura in 2018.
He's in the Rumble this year.
You get to kick someone in the dick if you win.
Ryan, number 15, middle spot there at number 15.
Number 15, Cody Rhodes last year.
Henry's number 16.
16, Drew McIntyre in 2020.
Okay. '17 is going to be Ryan Adams.
Ryan, this is your year. Charlotte Flair won from the 17 spots.
Well, yeah.
Hashtag
Bow down, baby. The final entrant into the ITW Rumble is going to be number 18, Pile Driver Finisher. He's the last person to declare.
Which is perfect because Shawn Michaels, the troll himself, won from the number 18 spot in 1996.
Why do you keep calling Pile Driver Finisher a troll?
Lovingly.
Louis is going to get number 19.
Two people have won from the number 19 spot. Roman Reigns in 2015, and who else was 19? John Cena from 2013.
Jules at number 20.
Nobody has won from the 20 spot.
Well, all right, only 10 spots left. This is good spots here. The final third of the Rumble. Margie at number 21.
No winners in 21 yet. 22 has produced two winners.
Oh. Well, Cody Springer might be a lucky 22 for you. Don't know about you. Cody Springer is 22.
Sheamus in 2012 and his best friend, who never wants to be named in any sort of capacity, Triple H, in 2002.
Okay.
No, that guy was 38. It's fine.
Michael Frasinelli at 23.
23 has also yielded two winners. Who's one from 23? I'm losing the plot here. 23.
Right.
Luger and I can't. I don't know.
Wow.
Randy Orton in 2017. 24.
One over Jordan, 24. Troy Palak.
Three winners in 20 from the 24 spot.
The later the numbers, your odds are going to go up.
Austin in 98, The Rock in 2000, and Hogan in 91.
Right. Amber at 25.
25 has had two winners in the past. Who are they? Asuka from the Women's Rumble 2018, and I don't know who else. Oh, Hulk Hogan in 1990.
Shuck it, fuck it. That's 26.
26 has had no winners.
Oh, this could be a prime year for 26. The 27, they always make a big deal out of. The 27 is the best spot.
Four winners from 27. Big John Studd. We get Pierre is there. Okay.
Pierre.
So Big John Studd, Bret Hart, Steve Austin in 2001, and was it The Undertaker? No. Who won from 20? Is that it? I think that's it for 27.
Oh, it's been a while for 27 though. They always like making a big deal out of that.
Yeah.
All right, 28. It's gonna
Ronda
be
Rousey.
Jake Shaw's got 28.
Four people have won from 28. Ronda Rousey is one of them. There's so many people. My God.
You said 4.
Yeah, I know. That's so many to have to find.
All right.
Batista.
Oh, hell yeah.
Batista again.
Well, Batista's a surprise entrant at 28.
And Becky Lynch was the fourth. 29.
Kim Gray's 29.
Two people have won from 29. The first one is Brock Lesnar in 2003. And the other one
a vinyl
is
record playing.
Yeah, I don't know why. Oh, and who was 20? The other 29. I don't see it.
Well, Dan Wilson's got number 30. So there you go, everybody. There's the entries. I will copy and paste them. I will put them. Oh, please don't tell me. Oh boy, what the fuck happened here? I pasted the whole list. It didn't.
Uh-oh.
That's
Cody
fine.
Rhodes and Brock Lesnar won from the number 30 spot, by the way.
Okay. All right. So we've got the whole list here. It wouldn't let me just like copy just the list. It did this weird little thing where it basically copied the whole screen. But I've got the list. I've got the orders. It's going into the numbers. I will post this on my Twitter page. I'm not tagging everybody because I don't know all of your tweets. Watch the show, watch the product, and we will determine the winners. We will announce the winners. I mean, you'll know if you know what number, you'll know on Saturday night, but we will learn because I'm not paying attention to who's winning these Rumbles. I got work to do, but we'll all learn together on Monday, main channel Monday for everybody. There you go.
My God, we're going to be back on the main channel on Monday. It's also going to be the start of our 5-day rotation. What does that mean?
Yeah, sure.
I'm still here Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. SP3 is here Tuesdays and Thursdays. Jeremy's here 5 days a week because he's crazy. But we'll be here. Main channel Monday. That's the big one. So don't forget, we'll be there talking about Royal Rumble Fallout. Maybe we'll touch on Collision stuff. If anything big happens, Dennis Condry's stomach rips open and there's a big fight that ensues. I don't know. It's a Mid-South Mayhem. It's a street fight. Why did they call it Mid-South Mayhem?
Yeah, they kind of show they missed that one. They're usually good about that.
Yeah, I know, but it's because they wanted to show respect to Dennis Condry's insides. The mayhem is after you eat a very bad corn dog. Jeremy, anything you want?
What?
Well, because they're inside Dennis Condry, so they just want to make sure that. Anyway, is there anything you want to plug before we get out of here?
Is that what's happening?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Yeah, the Rare Beast saying I've replaced one of my weekly shows and it's still doing more than ever. Yeah, I mean, basically, I didn't replace anything because FMC becomes ITW, and then SP3, Share Delaware, and I are gonna be doing a reality show starting probably next week. So I just keep adding more to my plate. I'm an idiot. So stupid.
Sounds like a bad idea.
Everyone enjoy the Rumble this weekend. The Rumble is always a lot of fun. I do love the Royal Rumble. Did you give your official pick, Joel? Let's give some official picks.
The official pick, I think I'm going. I'm just gonna go with Cena. I don't stand by it, but I'll give it Cena.
And then women's?
Who? Hashtag bow down. I'm just kidding.
We know Joel dislikes women. You don't have to feed into it, Joel.
Yana James. No, I think Charlotte Flair. Hashtag bow down.
All right. You already know I'm picking hashtag bow down. So no shocker there. I did pick Roman Reigns. That is my other official prediction. AJ Lee's in Indy. I broke that news. Please make sure to credit me for that report.
Photos out there. I hope everyone sends it around to their friends. Let CM Punk know that she's been spotted. She might want to shave her legs before the show. Sorry. You do whatever you want. I don't care. It's your body, your choice. You do what you want. Jeremy, we did it earlier, but do you want to hit it again?
You got to do it. It's Friday. It's Friday evening. It's Friday. Close the show. We got to do it. We did it to start the show because I'm almost there. I've almost got through this whole thing.
I almost got the label there. Yeah.
Yeah. It's still, I mean, you can you see it better there. There we go. There you see.
There you go.
Really how much it is. Well, we're getting there. It is Friday. Everybody enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the Royal Rumble.
Mono, the final boss. And here we go. This is how good. The final. God damn, that's good shit.
And here we go. Because this is how good. God damn, that's good shit.
Looking forward to The Rock rolling up on Saturday at the Rumble. Planning
I
out
hope The Rock shows up. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
I hope so bad.
What do you got for me? Well, I think maybe you can induct me into the Hall of Fame. Well, we'll see what he does. But we'll see. Maybe The Rock will be there. Maybe you'll be there. But we'll be back. Main channel Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern on Fightful. Ladies and gentlemen, for Jeremy Lambert, I am at Joel Pearl, JOELPEARL. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, be on the binary. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers.